It feels like the weekend today.
It does. And
Why does it?
It does, and I'm here for it. Let's do it.
Yes, the energy's here. It's midweek on your Feel Good Breakfast Show and everywhere else. And we have so many great talents in the building. Like you, Ryle. I look at you. Yes.
Oh, I
I look at this man. He's just talent.
I could say the same about you, brother.
Talent. That's what it is, though. And then, of course, we've got Graham with you this morning as well. It's me, Carl Wasty. It's nice to meet you. And then Chef Clem as well.
Oh, yes, always bringing Chef Clem through when we do the culinary hotline bling. Ting, ting, ting.
Look at him.
Hey, we're going to switch it up this day. We're going to be doing something a little bit different. We've got some young up-and-coming chefs in the building. So keep your eyes out, all those talent scouts. Yeah, we got some chefs in the making coming through to serve you, Mzansi.
And as we continue the theme of comfort, today's going to be a sleep fest. But in a good way. Don't worry, no, in a good way, because what your sleeping position says about you is important to chat about, and how sleep can be the key to your success.
I sleep like this, bro, like a boss.
Yeah, yes. I feel like you don't sleep. Like you just train and surf.
I don't sleep because all I do is stay up and get entertained. And speaking of entertaining, we're going to be doing that this morning and be joined by Tapelo and Gino Lee. Oh, yes, it's going to be magic. It's going to be hot. Yeah. We're going to give you the fire that you need and someone that's ready to serve it up. G-Man, what's happening, brother?
Not stood next to a photo like that, okay? Zozo is doing the serving this morning, all right? And she says, wakey, wakey, today is all about sleep. Yes, it is. We're going to be found out today. I have a feeling about how little sleep we have, but it is so vitally important. But it's also a great way to get an inside track on what you are like as a person. So here is where the hacks come in. And please, we need some help because a lot of people struggle in this area. What are your habits to help you fall asleep at night? I think for us, it's pretty much hair trigger. We can fall asleep at any given moment, even during the live show. But for normal people, we'd love to know how your sleep pattern works. If you've got that life hack to get you to sleep when the mind is just too awake, let us know. 063-408-8863. We'll keep that conversation going. Right now, let's get it started with some of those news and sporting headlines. Then, as always, get you prepped for the weather ahead.
Let's awaken you with the news. Now, let's start off nationally. The Department of Home Affairs has announced that a large number of its offices will be doing business 2 hours longer a day with immediate effect. The extended hours will only apply temporarily to the 198 renovated offices where the new so-called smart IDs and passports can be processed. The list of offices is available on the department's website. These offices will henceforth be open from 8 in the morning to 6:30 in the evening. The decision follows the strong demand for smart IDs, presumably due to the school holidays. Now, the SA Weather Service has confirmed reports that areas of Inanda, north of Durban, were hit by a tornado yesterday afternoon. 2 people were treated for injuries and several buildings were damaged. The Weather Service said that a storm had developed from the coastal part of Durban at around 1 p.m. It said the storm had, and I quote, cycled around, in that it was not moving forward or backwards until about 2 p.m., adding it then moved over to the land and produced a tornado. On to international news. Incumbent Julius Maada Bio, this is a 59-year-old, has been declared the winner of the Sierra Leone's presidential election, but the opposition is disputing the count. Bio has secured a victory with more than 56% of the votes to avoid a runoff against main rival Samura Kamara, 72 years old. Bio was running for re-election after a first term marred by growing frustration over economic hardship. Kamara, who suffered a narrow defeat in the 2018 election, garnered about 41% of the votes this time, and international observers have highlighted problems with transparency in that tallying process. Now, activists in the economically dynamic Catalonia are celebrating after the government of the Spanish region informed its town and city halls that they have to allow women to go topless in public swimming pools. Now, going topless is enshrined under a 2020 Catalan equality law. However, some municipal swimming pools have prevented the practice since the legislation was introduced. Drawing many complaints each summer, local authorities have now been told to bar any form of discrimination. Breastfeeding will also be allowed, as well as the use of full-body bathing suits, including the Muslim burkini. And Swiss tennis maestro Roger Federer is back at Wimbledon, and this time with the Princess of Wales, for a look at the work of the ball boys and girls who are key part of this world-famous tournament starting in London on Monday. They attended a training session of the young hopefuls aiming to be chosen. Kate is patron of the All England Lawn Tennis Club, which hosts the Grand Slam event. Before watching the training session, Kate played in a doubles rally with Federer, 20-time men's singles Grand Slam winner, and won't it with a ball on the back of the line as well. Just actually won it with a ball on the back of the line. Fantastic stuff, and Kate in firing form, but of course up against Federer, that is very, very impressive. Talking about sport like that to wrap up news, let's go into some of the sporting action. Here's G standing by.
Thank you so much, Carl. Do you want the good or the bad news first? Let's start with a little bit of both as we focus on rugby, and Rassie Erasmus has confirmed that the Springboks will be without Andre Pollard for the Rugby Championship. But Damian Willems will be back in time for the opener against Australia. So Pollard is battling with a calf injury suffered while in action for his club, Leicester Tigers. Willems was also a concern after picking up a knock to his knee in training. And the likelihood would be that Pollard's return to action would mirror that of injured Springbok captain Siya Kolisi, who's also doing well in his recovery. Is likely to only be back, though, just before the Rugby World Cup, when we desperately need them both. Then on to cricket. The Proteas men's team will begin their World Cup campaign against a qualifying nation in Delhi on October the 8th. That was after the ICC released the fixture list for the tournament. So Themba Bavuma's team, when they resume their World Cup rivalry with Australia, it'll kick off on October the 13th before facing another qualifier on October the 16th. Then the Proteas will then travel to Mumbai for two clashes against defending champions England on October the 21st and then Bangladesh just 3 days later. They then head south to take on Pakistan on October the 27th before facing New Zealand on November the 1st. Pretty tough group, but we've got it. Much anticipated humdinger against hosts India then takes place 4 days later. Well, the last group match will be up against Afghanistan, who've proven they can be giant slayers. That's on November the 10th. Now we turn to football. Lots happening on the transfer front. Man City have now signed Croatia's midfielder Mateo Kovacic from Chelsea for an initial 25 million euros. So the deal for the 29-year-old is also worth a possible 5 million euro in add-ons, and he has signed a 4-year contract. Kovacic is City's first signing of the summer after they won the treble of Champions League, Premier League and FA Cup titles last season. His arrival follows the club announcing Ilkay Gundogan's free transfer to Barcelona. Well, City have also now put in a 90 million euro bid for England's midfielder Declan Rice, of course rejected by West Ham at this stage. Then we turn to athletics. More good signs. South Africa's Akana Simbine won the men's 100-meter race at the Golden Spike meet in Ostrava, finishing ahead of Italy's European Games champion Samuel Cesarelli and Canada's Olympic 200-meter champion Andre de Grassi. Sabina was the only sprinter to go under the 10-second mark in the Czech Stadium, crossing the line in a time of 9.98. Meanwhile, Armand Dupont is set a new world lead in the men's pole vault, registering, get this, a new meeting record of 6.12 meters. So clearly the athletes are hitting their straps at just the right times. But that's where we leave our sport for now. Brand new day, brand new weather, and I'm sure some warnings to get through. Please take note. Raul's got the latest.
Yes, thank you so much, G. Of course, we've got warnings for you, and starting off with our weather warnings. Now, the SA Weather Service has warned of severe thunderstorms, disruptive rain and wind, as well as hail and even some snow in some parts of the country today and tomorrow. Now, a cut-off low with a passage of a cold front is expected to affect the Eastern Cape. Now, the public and small stock farmers are advised that cold, windy and wet conditions are expected, with possible snowfalls on mountain tops today and into tomorrow. Now, on top of this, a yellow level 4 warning for damaging waves and winds has been issued for the area between Plettenberg Bay and Port Edward. Now, a yellow level 4 warning for severe thunderstorms with strong damaging winds over the central Free State and southern part of Northwest Province has also been issued. Now, severe thunderstorms producing heavy downpours, excessive lightning, and large amounts of small hail are expected over the western parts of the Northern Cape. Well, definitely interesting temperatures and weather conditions coming through. And speaking of those temperatures, let's take a look at them for our first time this morning. And starting off in Polokwane. Now, your day starts at a low of 8 up to a high of 19 degrees. Mbombela sees similar conditions from 11 up to 23. Pretoria, a chilly start of 9 up to a moderate 20 degrees. And Johannesburg, chilly conditions with some rain coming through from 6 degrees. You only move up to 17 degrees for your maximum. Carrying on around the country now and over to Mahikeng, where it's a chilly start of 0 degrees. Lots of rain coming through up to a maximum of 20. Klerksdorp brings the chill from 2 up to 19 with the rain continuing. Much the same for Kimberley. From 5, you only move up to 17. And Bloemfontein, the rain continues with a chilly start of 1 up to only a maximum of 16 degrees Celsius. Around the coast now, it seems to be warming up a little bit more. You starting your day at 16, moving up to a high of 24 degrees in Richards Bay. Pietermaritzburg sees the day starting at 10 up to 22. Durban, potentially mostly sunny skies, 17 up to 22. And Mthatha bringing the rain back through thick and fast from 7. You move up to a high of 16 degrees Celsius. Carrying on around the coast now and over to East London. The rain continues, and let's hope it lands in those catchment areas. Today starts a low of 13 up to 18 degrees. Cradock sees a low of 5 up to a high of 16 with lots of rain. GQ Oberga sees the day starting at 10 up to 20, and the rain does continue, and much the same for George. From 10, you move up to a high of 19 degrees Celsius. Carrying over around the coast and over to the mother city, where the rain definitely continues. From 11, you move up to a high of 17 degrees today. Worcester sees the day starting at 7 up to 15. Wet conditions there, and much the same for Sutherland, where your day starts at a chilly 2 and only moving up to a maximum of 6 degrees Celsius. Uppington taking it through to the end here with the temperatures for this morning. Your day starts at 8 up to a high of 13 degrees. Wet conditions indeed, but from those wet conditions, let's turn it up a notch and check into those sunrise views. And starting us off this morning, we've got Ralph from The Bluff, and he sent in this one. It's a blissful shot. We've got violet tones all over the city, and this is just a sparkling magic rendition of what I love. Nina's up next in Gordons Bay, showcasing a perfect shot of the sun beaming through the tree, and I love the power through this one. The foreground silhouetted so perfectly. Nicely done, Nina. And then we've got Willie in Pinetown, and this one was out on the water. Wow, enjoying the cool breeze. I just love how those colors shift together, all dancing on the ocean. Lastly, we've got Suraya all the way from GQ Oberga, enjoying some coffee and enjoying the orange tones to go with it. What a shot, Suraya. I love this mood, and I love how you've started our day, Mzansi. Thank you so much for it, and please keep it coming. We're going to do it all in the next hour. The number is 063-408-8863, because we'd love to see how you start your day. Speaking of, let's see if some have even started their day yet. Have they woken up? Have they slept enough? Let's find out.
I've definitely slept enough, but the thing is, today, there's somebody that you can't sleep on, and that's Chef Clem. He's coming at you with an incredible culinary hotline bling. And the thing is, if you love soup, you're going to want to focus on him. He's got that covered for you. Plus, what does your sleep position say about you? I feel like you should stay in that position. If you're still in bed watching TV, stay right there. It's your feel-good breakfast show.
Hey, what's that?
This is Octifex, a new accessible platform to trade Forex on global markets.
Cool. What's the Forex?
It's short for foreign exchange, trading currencies.
Buy low, sell high. Score points, right?
Exactly.
What's leverage?
It's like you got cool friends. They vouch for you, and you can trade it big.
Precisely.
So basically it's an app where you learn and trade, and it's safe, and it looks good.
That about sums it up here. Octifex, trading made clear.
Yes.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome to this Wednesday's Culinary Hotline Bling! Amazing, amazing. It's officially school holidays. The kids are at home. So you might be wondering, how am I gonna, number one, keep them entertained, and number two, keep them fed? So we're about to make some delicious soup right now. A little later, we're actually gonna bring in one kid who's on school holiday. You'll be meeting him a little later. But in the meantime, I called in my buddy Cole Wasty.
Yo, what's up, player? What's up, man?
What you
Okay,
know-
I heard soup.
What you know about chicken noodle soup?
Chicken noodle soup is, it's synonymous with people getting ill, but I feel like we need to change the narrative a bit and show you how delicious a chicken noodle soup can actually be.
Absolutely.
It's comforting, it's warming, it's such a cool thing, and if you've got kids at home, it's actually probably the perfect gamer snack. I'll tell you why, because if you want to remove a gamer from their station, they're going to be chatting to their friends like, hey, how you doing? Oh, it's fine. No, it's cool. It's fine. Get a bowl of something warm in front of them. Suddenly the controller goes down and they're like, oh my word. They start having a conversation, starting to share things about their life with you. It brings families together. That is chicken noodle soup.
Are you saying chicken noodle soup brings families together?
Yes. The controllers
Wow.
go down. The TikTok goes down. People start focusing on each other while the deliciousness permeates the room. Show us how.
Show us how. Oh my good, I just feel so inspired right now. Chicken noodle soup, like I said, one of the most easiest dishes to put together, one of the most satisfying. It literally is. Get everything and put it in the pot. Let's start with a little bit of oil.
Fantastic.
I'm going to render, I was gonna say render. Let's talk about rendering. My grandmother used to skin the chicken, take the chicken skin, render this fat from the skin, and then make the chicken noodle soup. Why I am so slim and tender.
I can tell you, you are just...
But you know what the funny thing is? I absolutely love that because our grandparents had this notion about waste nothing.
No, but you can't waste
Nothing.
anything. You know, so I feel like the generation, our grandparents' generation, they knew how to take a chicken carcass.
Yes.
And there'd be nothing left. Like the bones would be translucent, you know, and they're done with it. Like that, they used to take the entire carcass. Like to actually get the carcass at my grandparents' place was like a proper honor to get the carcass afterwards, though.
Because it just gets so utilized.
Yes, because like it's every little nook and cranny of this skeleton.
Also,
nailed.
Can we just unpack childhood trauma?
What about it?
Okay, so we all had pet chickens, and it was kept at my grandmother's house.
Oh.
And we would go visit our pet chickens like weekends and school holidays. And then one school holiday I went home, and I couldn't find my chicken. And all my cousins had their chicken.
Oh.
And we had chicken for lunch that day.
Really?
So I'm officially turning this chicken noodle soup into a noodle soup in honor of Johannes, my chicken. That's fine, we'll have it, we'll have it.
We'll have a moment of silence.
There we go for Johannes. And his name was Johannes, by the way. Okay, cool.
Really?
Yes.
The chicken's name was Johannes?
Johannes, absolutely. Okay, cool. In the pot, I've got bay leaves, I've got carrots, I've got onion. What I love about this dish is you absolutely go to that bottom drawer of your fridge.
Yes.
Where sometimes you send vegetables to die. It's horrible. You take all those vegetables, you just chop them up and put it into the soup. I'm talking about sweet potato in, butternut in, pumpkin in, zucchini in. I'm trying to think what wouldn't go in. Just put it in the pot.
I think everything works.
Everything works. So leeks go in as well.
Lovely.
And very important, don't forget to wash your leeks. If you think onions make you cry, wait until you leave sand in your leeks and it's in your food.
I felt it before. And the thing is, you're having the best time with the smooth, supple, soft noodles and soup. And next thing you know, you just hear this crunch.
Camp Spain.
And a sticky tooth.
No, don't do that.
Can't work.
Wash your leeks, wash your leeks. Okay, cool, so leeks are in. What you're gonna do now is you're gonna add a little bit of salt, imaginary salt. Okay, cool. What that does is the imaginary salt draws the moisture out the vegetables and it helps them brown as it's steaming. You'll see it'll soften a lot quicker just because you're drawing the moisture out of it. So I like the fact when you can start seeing little bits of brown at the bottom of your pot. If you have like a enamel pot and you can see the color at the bottom, that's good. That's flavor building.
Aromatic development is important in the beginning because as soon as you go in with stock, that's when the party starts.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? That's where those aromatics permeate through the entire dish, and you want that, and that's why we have to start with it.
Exactly.
Right?
Yes, and what you also want to do is cook this down for about 15 minutes. Okay? Once it's at the point where it's like 15 minutes, you'll see everything will just be soft,
Yeah.
condensed, and looking super delicious. I actually want to show you that brown that's busy for
Hold
me.
hold on.
It's hot.
I got
Hot.
salt.
Oh, you got salt?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. We're winning at life.
help him.
Salt go in. Salt
Okay.
goes in. Then we're going to talk about other vegetables. One of those vegetables we don't use a lot, but actually gives your soup a lot of body. Turnips. Why don't we eat more turnips?
We have turn-ups, but we don't do turnips.
No,
Why?
we need
it's
to.
weird, right?
We need the turnips. Okay, so turnips go in.
Do you need pepper? I found pepper too.
Yes.
Go. Yeah.
Where are you finding all these
No, I'm
spices?
just, I mean, hold on.
There we go. What
you-
else have we got underneath there?
Do you need lime?
No.
Oh, okay, cool.
But it's
Just
okay. But I mean,
I
what
got
else
this.
is done here?
Hold on, there's a,
Guys.
Oh, there's so many cool things here.
There's so many cool things.
There's a jaffle iron here. What? I know.
Okay. Everything's looking good, smelling amazing. The turnips are going to break down
Yes.
and almost like potato would thicken it and add a bit of starchiness to it.
All right.
Turnips are going to do that. Then we got celery and the
Ooh,
leaves.
yes, that's the perfect way. Like, the thing is, if your boss doesn't want to increase your celery, put celery into your food.
You hide
Fake it till you
celery.
make it.
You hide celery stalks everywhere, like in his briefcase, under his keyboard, on his laptop.
Cognitive programming.
There we go. And you just find celery everywhere. Manifest next week. Bonus.
That's it.
Okay, let's talk about the chicken. We took the skin off the chicken, but by all means, again, you can take the skin off and render the fat,
Yeah.
use the fat that's in there, or you can just take it off completely. So get that in there. And here's where things get very exciting because you do nothing besides add water.
And then you just leave it.
You leave it. You leave it. And you'll see what happens.
Lovely.
Is that chicken starts shredding itself. Then when it's almost done, you're going in with some pasta. But first, check out this pasta. So if you didn't know, Woolies have the alphabet pasta.
Oh, this
Plus,
is so cool.
they've got the dinosaur pasta.
Oh, I love that.
And they're absolutely amazing because, I mean, it's not just fun for kids.
Yes.
We've been having so much fun playing it and building our names. Do you not find an R and an
I
L?
can't find it. I can't find, like, that's a J, but I can make an L there, but it's okay. But if you want to go grab this recipe, we're gonna, that's okay, dude.
They don't know.
But look here, but that doesn't make a nice word for TV.
Okay, it doesn't
Let's
make a
take it
nice
away.
word for TV.
Anyway, right.
Don't do that.
Don't call me C-A-K-L. Anyway, if you are laughing or cackling, it might be
Oh,
what you're
that's like
spelling.
cackle, yeah.
You should be laughing all the way to the soup. You're gonna let that beautifully render down. This flavor is gonna steep through. If you want to get the recipe, go to the beautiful expressoshow.com website. We've got all of the ingredients for you, as well as the method. And we're gonna process this through. If you want to see the end result, you're gonna see it on your screen now. It's gorgeous. It even has Clem's name on it, which is so sexy. That is how we do it. All I would need now is a stukje brood. And we are having fun this winter and these school holidays. So give it a shot, take a picture, send it to us, 063-408-8863. Thank you.
Only you can make my day. Do it like this. Do it like, get it, move it, own it. Do it like this.
Bespoke.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome to your feel-good breakfast show. If you've just woken up, then perhaps you should go back to bed. But I mean in a good way, because we have to explain to you a little bit more about sleep. So some say that sleep is the elixir of life, one of the key ingredients to staying youthful and on top of your game. But, you know, unfortunately, some of us need help in that department. Let's just say those who wake up at 4 a.m. in the morning for breakfast TV shows, perhaps.
Who could that be?
I mean, I have no idea, but, you know, perhaps changing your sleep position could actually be the answer.
Maybe it is. So we've got an esteemed guest in the building, the doctor of the hour. Kevin Linton is here to answer all your questions and more. So if you're in pain right now, come through, we got you.
Exactly. Let's have a snore fest, but in a good way. Doctor,
Yes.
it's great to have you.
Thank you. Thanks for having
How you doing?
Very good.
How's your back? Good?
Absolutely.
And you had a good sleep?
fantastic. Yeah. Oh, slept like a baby.
Nice.
Okay, these are very good things. You know what you just did now? Those are credibility questions.
Yes,
Well done, you
he's
passed.
legit. He's legit. Checks out.
But doctor, I think people, they look at sleep as, in a busy lifestyle, it feels like people are, you know, you're wasting time. You've got to be up and ready to go and hustling. But sleep has with it such great power. How does sleep affect your health span or lifespan in that matter?
Well, I prefer your health span idea. It's really about how well we live, not so much about how long we live. So health span is better than lifespan.
Love it.
But absolutely, sleep is one of those critical factors that actually will impact your biochemistry. In fact, more specifically, your brain chemistry. And that's where sleep is the key factor.
Yeah.
So it produces during your sleep phases, and that's an important factor. You've got to have the right phases of sleep. It's not just about the quantity of sleep that you have, it's the quality. And during that quality sleep, we have REM sleep and we have different phases that allow our bodies to do a number of things, especially brain related. And that's where one of the key factors is producing a substance called dopamine. Dopamine is a neurotransmitter produced in the brain, and that's what keeps us motivated and keeps us seeking pleasure. When you have low levels of dopamine, you simply cannot function at your optimum.
Yeah.
There's no motivation, there's no drive. And the more you go into that spiral, that downward spiral, that is going to then have a knock-on effect to multiple systems, from your gut to your digestive system to all sorts of other areas of your function, your hormonal systems and endocrine systems. So yes, that will then affect how well you live.
Oh, okay, this is kind of starting to make sense. So sleep is almost like I guess, like food in a weird way. Like you can get sleep, but you also need good quality sleep as well, right?
Absolutely.
So how would something like sleep, and let's talk about a practical environment here, how does sleep maybe determine my health? And especially when it comes to the position I sleep in, does it have any impact on this health that you speak of?
Good question.
So the science actually doesn't show that the position that you sleep in will have any impact on this biochemistry that I'm talking
Okay,
about.
so it doesn't necessarily affect the sleep quality.
No, exactly.
Oh, okay.
But there are a number of factors that will be affected while you're sleeping.
Okay.
And one is a pain factor that will be generated when, and I have to use my little model. So the spine, as we all know, is a very important structure. But most important are the joints between each vertebra.
Yeah.
And those joints have many receptors that communicate what's happening at that joint. So if the spine is under some degree of strain in an awkward position, from the bed being too soft, the mattress being too soft, the pillow being too high, or the other way around, too hard or too low, it's going to affect the position of these joints. The joints are then going to send a message to the muscles that say, I'm feeling a little strained here, help me, protect me. So the muscles tighten, you wake up feeling like you're in an absolute knot. So it's not so much that the muscles felt the effect, it's the joint communicated to the muscles, and the muscles then responded.
So this is why all my friends in my late 30s now are talking about going to bed and waking up in pain. How does this happen? There you go. This is what's happening. Okay, it all makes sense.
Can we look at a practical scenario? If let's just say, Raul, you were to be on the bed. Like,
Doc, I'm actually on a journey to like maximize
Why
sleep.
not?
I believe all athletes are tapping into this. I want to get my optimal sleep on, so show me the do's and don'ts, maybe, if you could.
So important, number one, that you have a good mattress that is firm enough for you, and that's very dependent on your weight and your size, etc. So if you're actually now going to go off to sleep, we want to get rid
Also,
of these.
if your lady has like 5 million pillows in the bed,
Normally,
like I'm going to
it
ask the
starts
doctor how
here.
we can avoid that in the future. But let's start here.
Okay, so move all the big pillows out the way. What like position should I aim for here? Like, I'm normally ending up lying on my stomach at the end of the day, and like, I don't know, what's the deal here?
So the two positions that you want to be in, either one, is on your side or on your back, not your tummy.
Oh, no.
For obvious reasons. When you're on your tummy, your head is turned, and as I mentioned, that's going to affect the joints.
Yeah.
The spine, generally, as it gets a little bit older, there's some wear and tear that occurs at the joints. And now, if you're lying on your tummy and you get that little bit of a dip like that, the joints don't like it. They prefer to be a little bit opened. So if you do happen to be on your tummy, you want to put a cushion under your tummy to push you this way. Not too much, but just to open the joints rather than to go the other way.
This is just fodder for me. Like, I'm going to try this a
man.
couple of times in different... Because at the moment, if you look at Raul, I look at there's something happening at the top there.
Yeah.
So how do we make sure that his neck is neutral in order for him to sleep?
Just to go quickly back to my spine, we have 4 curves in the spine. When you're looking front, this is the front and this is the back. You've got a forward curve where your neck is. Forwards this way. A backward curve where your thoracic, your shoulder blades are. A forward curve in the lower back and a backward curve here. It's very important that when you are lying, those curves are maintained. Now, as you can see where Raul, his head is in an upright position, so it's in flexion. You don't want that. So you want to get rid of some of these cushions.
It's too high, eh?
Yep, too high. In fact, you're quite tall and this bed's quite short, so you want to...
it's my bed, Doc, sorry.
So how's that looking?
And the key, that's looking better now.
Oh, feels better.
And the key now is that you don't want your head to be supported, you want your neck to be supported. So remember I said there's a forward curve, so this way. So you want something under the neck that's going to just give it a little bit of extension.
That already feels nice. You can stay there if you want.
So just there. So you don't want a cushion where there's no support in the neck. He might actually even be still a little bit into flexion. So maybe even a little bit of a lower cushion, but that's got some support there. And I like the memory foam cushions. Memory foam means that it has a memory and it will bounce back. As you move in the evening and the night, which is obviously what we do, that foam, that position will be retained. Versus a soft pillow, you have to then scrunch it back up again to get it into all those nice little places.
Well, Doc, we're going to refine the position. We actually have another part for you. If you have any questions for the Doc regarding sleep, please feel free, 0634088863. But for now, we're going to let Raul rest for a second and allow Graham to wake him up with this particular opportunity.
Thanks, Doc.
Oh, yes, so I can't send you back to bed, but let's see if we can get the dopamine pumping in another way with the ultimate love, the love of a mother.
Introducing new Panado Pediatric Syrup 5ml sachets. They're really convenient to pack and easy to use, so you're always prepared for pain and fever, anytime, anywhere.
Now, they say the love that a parent has for their son is unwavering. I can certainly understand that. And we've asked you to nominate your amazing son for a special dose of care and, of course, give you the opportunity therein to win 2,000 Rand. So can I get a drum roll, please, as we congratulate our latest winner. A huge round of applause for Letabo Mahopa. You are our lucky winner. Now, I think Letabo's a little one, so we're going to connect with Jeanette, his mom, in just a moment, but this is what she had to say. He is the best thing that has ever happened to me. He made me a mom. He is kind, caring, and keeps me on my toes. He is stubborn and has fire in his soul. God has a huge purpose for him in this world. Hashtag Bernardo SA, hashtag a dose of care. That's one of the coolest, most fired up messages I think we've had on the show, and we have got that gorgeous mom on the line right now. Jeanette, good morning. How are you?
I'm fine, and how are you?
Oh, very, very, very good. A beautiful nomination coming in. How did becoming a parent change your life? Because clearly you are fired up.
It changed me in a different way.
And how has that changed you? What is different about you?
The difference is I had to become a good mother to my children. I must support them financially and all the stuff.
I know there is very little motivation we need beyond being a parent. How do you feel this little person in your life, what do you want for them in the future? Because it feels like they are destined for very big things.
I want them to achieve whatever they want to.
I have a feeling with you in his corner, he is going to do very, very special things. Just please give your beautiful boy a huge hug from the Expresso family and that moment of connection, because that's what they need. So congratulations to you both. You have a 2,000 Rand prize headed to you. Letabo is beautiful. We've got a gorgeous picture of him on screen right now. Enjoy the parenting journey.
Okay, thank you so much.
Oh, give your son the moment he deserves by giving him a well-deserved dose of care. Do you have the best son in the world? If he held your heart from the day he called you mum or dad, then now is your chance to show how much he means to you. Nominate him to stand a chance to win a daily cash prize of 2,000 Rand, which Bernardo SA is giving away weekdays from the 26th of June to the 7th of July. And all you have to do is enter by replying to the competition post that is posted on the Expresso Facebook page, Expresso Instagram page, or the Expresso Twitter page during the competition period. Remember to use hashtag Bernardo SA and hashtag a dose of care in your answer. T's and C's apply.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to Feel Good Breakfast Show. This is Expresso and you're live in S3, and today is a sleep fest. It's the best type of sleep fest because we want to get you ready to go and get the quality of your rest increased. We are continuing our conversation, and we have the good doctor here to guide us in the best way possible. Kevin Lenton is here. Your sleep position says a lot about you and can also affect the way you sleep and the quality thereof. We got Ryle on the bed, and I want to ask you, Ryle, are there any questions that you want to ask the doctor, that you want to put to bed?
Yes, please, Doc.
Okay, cool.
I want to put this one to bed. Listen, we were talking about the optimal positions when we were sleeping,
Yes.
right? I want to talk about things that we maybe want to avoid. So you mentioned, obviously, the one being stay off your stomach, right? Because that can promote some injury. Is there anything else that we should maybe avoid in the bedroom or the positions that we are in when on the bed?
I think the most important thing is if you are waking up in pain, whether it's during the night or in the morning, that's an indication that there's something your musculoskeletal system, it might be your shoulder, it might be your back, it might be your neck, is not liking while you're in that particular position. So then it's important. It's quite difficult at night because you end up in a position you don't know where you are, but your body will wake you up. And this is often a telltale sign. If you're waking at night and you feel some discomfort and you feel you've got to sort of stretch your neck, that's an indication that you need to be more specific about the position that you're lying in at night.
Okay.
The other great position, apart from your back, is on your side.
Okay.
We said not your tummy, because that's going to cause rotation of your neck, and it won't like that. But on your side is good, because we want to maintain that position that is pretty much so that your spine is parallel to the floor. So you don't want to get a twist into your spine or rotate it into a particular position, and you don't want to have your spine in too much of a curved position. So back or side are the optimum positions.
And when it comes to the side, I've heard these theories being thrown around about like your leg position as well, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, sometimes I know when it comes to like being an athlete and in sport, stacking on the hip versus having that leg in that sort of recovery position, does it make much of a difference really?
Yeah, it does make to some extent. I wouldn't say it's a major factor, but the ideal is to have both legs, one on top of the other, knees slightly bent.
So not straight out.
Not straight out, slightly bent, head in that position. Remember, we want to try and maintain that spinal architecture of the correct joints. So that's absolutely perfect. Again, you don't want your head up too high, and you want some support in your neck rather than your head. This is probably a bit too high. You might want to take that one away. Get that down.
Get comfortable.
There you go. Now we're starting to get into that ideal position. And that looks pretty good to me. Sometimes you put your hand underneath and you go that way around. That is sometimes quite comfortable, but that would be an ideal position. Some people like to have something between their legs because there's sometimes some pressure on the knee that can actually aggravate it. Definitely fine. Again, if you get a twist in, so if you bring one leg right over, now you can almost visualize a twist into the joints. Remember, I said the joints are then going to talk to the muscles. The muscles are then going to tighten. So that's not a great position.
Okay.
So
this is actually, this is my sleep position. I understand now, and this is why. Some people can't avoid certain positions because we're sleeping. You know, there's I call it a muscle memory, perhaps. And you wake up and you have some stiffness. Are there any ways we can try and alleviate some of the muscle stress that happens due to poor sleep?
Great question. Ideally, before you actually even go off to sleep, when you get into your bed, if you can lie over onto your back.
Okay. There we go.
And so you want to do some stretching of those back muscles, because today, most of our lives are quite sedentary. When we're at work, we're in a car, we're sitting at a desk. So you want to do some stretching.
Okay.
So one of the great stretches is just to pull one leg up onto your chest, keeping your neck back and relaxed. That's stretching out the gluteal muscles, the lower back muscles. Put that one down, bring the other one up, do the same thing, and then do both together. So then you bring both together, and that really stretches out those lower back muscles. You can actually then put your feet down, just knees together. Let it flip slowly to the side, slowly, nothing quickly or jerky. And obviously, if anything causes pain, you just stop doing that. Come this way again. Get some just movement in before you actually go off to sleep. Take 5 minutes if you can. Do the same thing in the morning when you wake up. And that also relieves some of the pressure, because at night, everything does contract and tighten. And most people will say, as soon as I'm up and I'm moving, I feel a little bit more flexible and more mobile. But if you start that process before you even get out of bed, it helps a lot.
And it's also great because, I mean, I can tell, Ryle, you already have jumped into some breathing exercises attached to your stretching. And I mean, imagine that. I mean, we always prime for exercise, don't we? We don't prime for rest.
Absolutely.
And maybe you've just changed the narrative, Doctor. Thank you so much. Your advice has been critical today, especially for those who do wake up at 4 a.m. in the morning for breakfast show TV.
Definitely.
But it's been great to have you. Thank you. And I think the key here, the takeout, is that the neutrality of that spine while you're sleeping is important. So whatever we can do to make sure that it's on a good footing, I feel like that's fantastic. So thanks a lot to Doctor. Thanks to Ryle, our best person to give you a little example. And while we do this, I think this is something that we should be encouraging from a young age. In fact, encouragement from a young age on any level is important. In fact, we actually are encouraged to enroll our children in sports to remain active. Hashtag must be a Milo morning is quite an important thing to focus on right now. And Graham has all those details.
I know this. I've seen it firsthand So many times in my career, sport has the power to ignite the dreams of young children and propel them towards greatness. How many times have we seen South African children achieve that greatness as professionals later on? That's why Milo has partnered with some of the biggest sporting superstars and some of our favorites this year, from Sipiwe Chabalala to Mornay Steyn to Tendai Beast and Twararira. I mean, they have a very special place in our hearts, but also the country's ethos. And they are celebrating the sporting achievements of South Africa's children by launching the hashtag Must Be a Milo Morning campaign. And here to chat a little bit more about what can only be described as a movement and why it's more than just a hashtag is senior brand manager and very proud guy, Tumelo Ndlovu. Why are you guys so excited? What's different this time, man?
Yeah, so basically with this Must Be a Milo campaign, if I put it quite simply, the campaign is about celebrating the successes and achievements of kids in sports. And when we talk about successes and achievements, we're speaking about, obviously, there's the kids that smash records, there's the kids that score goals, there's the kids that get wickets, but we're also speaking about the kids that aren't the best at their sports, but they show up every day. Yeah. They show things like grit, they show tenacity, they show that never give up spirit, and that's the kind of admirable things that we need to celebrate as a country as well. So with the campaign, we're also speaking about the importance of a balanced breakfast for kids, and Milo with breakfast, so you can give them the right start to the day so they can be successful in the classroom as well as on the sports field.
What I love the most about this, you're not just encouraging the kids, you're encouraging parents, kids, families to get out there and make this their common thread. Why is it so important, do you think, to have this stance?
I've played for D teams, first teams and second teams, and I've had the same experience. Number one, I've had the same amount of fun playing in any of the teams, but I've also learned the same amount from each of those different teams in sports. So it doesn't matter if you're in the first team or the second team, you can still learn the same things. We're really encouraging parents to get their kids into sports because they can learn things that you can't learn in a textbook. Things like leadership, things like teamwork, things like tenacity and grit, and ultimately, those are the things that can set kids up to be successful in life. It can mean the difference between being good at something or being great at it, so that's really...
And also being able to pick yourself back up, man.
Exactly.
And I think the whole world has had to pick ourselves up off the canvas after the last few years. So often we see this wonderful whitewash of a hashtag just to kind of reverse engineer some social media algorithm. Great. This is an emotion. This taps into something far deeper. It resonates with me because this is my emotion. How have you been able to wrap your head around this, that we have taken this far beyond just a marketing campaign? This does speak to an emotion.
So it's exactly like, you see how you are feeling right now, exactly the emotion that you're getting is what we're trying to amplify with this campaign. It's more than just the hashtag, as you're saying. It's that feeling of awe, and that when you see kids achieving spectacular things, when you see kids displaying those spectacular personality traits, then you should just know that's a Milo morning.
Yeah, I love that, man. I might be a Milo morning every day. I think that's my vibe, because it is, and I am feeling it. And you've clearly hit the mark with this, if I can get it this quickly and understand it. That being said, how are we going to fuel these young kids, these young minds, these young bodies? Where does the heart of this campaign lie?
Yeah, so very dear to our hearts is our Future Champs program. We kicked it off last year. So currently we're in full swing now. We're planning to reach 1 million kids this year. So quite a big target for us, but we're really focusing on going into schools and sports clubs and other events. We bring in the hype, we bring in the fun back into sports. We're trying to get kids excited about being back into sports. Once we go into schools, we also, when we leave there, we want to leave the teachers and the coaches with some know-how on how they can also continue with even something as basic as aerobics to keep the kids active in there. And, you know, instead of substituting a PE lesson for a maths lesson, I mean, you can still have the maths lesson, but let's also bring the PE back. It's gotten even worse after the COVID-19 pandemic with school sports and just sports in general being deprioritized. So, like you said, there's no time like now. It's quite a big passion point for us.
I know a lot of teachers are going to hate me for saying this right now, and please take it from where it's coming. But you might use maths occasionally if you head that direction in your career. You're going to use your body every single day for the rest of your life. It's the foundation, mind, physical, emotional, it all stems from there. Oh man, I'm so glad we've got you guys in this position, that the timing has arrived for your amazing team. I often go on and on about being purpose-driven. The fact that you guys have always been purpose-driven is why you're at the front of the queue right now. So thank you so much for doing this, man.
Thanks.
Woo, so many ideas, so many ways that we can ignite this emotion, because that's what it is. So parents, please, most importantly, I'm speaking to you right now. Milo is encouraging us to share our videos, our photos featuring our uber talented children, whatever that talent looks like, whether it's core emotion, whether it's on the sporting field. We want ages 6 to 12 years old playing sport and displaying those critical values that come with it by using the hashtag #MustBeAMiloMorning. Every day is going to be a Milo morning for me, I have a feeling. And then, of course, make sure that you do tag @Milo South Africa on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook so we can see what you're doing. South Africa's biggest sporting superstars are here to encourage us with some of their amazing content. Who knows? Your future champ could receive a personalized video message, a like, or even a comment, a connection from one of South Africa's biggest sporting personalities. So please encourage them as much as you can. Milo, absolutely love you, guy. I haven't had one sip because I've been so interested in what you're saying, buddy. So I'm going to raise a cup to you and say,
cheers.
To you and your team, cheers, my man.
Thanks, Graham.
Look, normally I'm cold, but I'll do hot today.
It's cold outside, so.
However your kids are spending their winter days, don't let the cough get in the way. Dialing to Junior Expectorant Syrup helps to loosen up phlegm in your little ones so they can get rid of it and get on doing their favorite things. 2 lucky viewers now stand the chance to win 5,000 Rand. Catch our Dialing Junior features on Expresso from the 27th of June to the 4th of July and reply to the competition question on our Facebook, Twitter and Instagram pages using #DialingJunior and #CoughFreeKids. T's and C's can be found on ExpressoShow.com.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh, yes, Mzansi, welcome back. It's your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's the middle of the week, but it feels like the weekend, and it's definitely going to feel like that right now because we are welcoming a super talented triple threat performer, Thapelo, alongside international recording artist. Yes, international. We're talking about Gino Lee. Now, they are having their new song. It's a debut. It's coming here for the first time, so it's an exclusive performance that we're going to get. It's called Caught Up. But before we do any of that, let's give them a feel-good welcome. Yes! Morning, gents. How are we doing?
We're good.
It's good to have you. Yeah, I can already feel the energy. It's incredible. Listen, Gino Lee, you've been in the game for like 10 plus years, so it's good to have you out here on our stage serving us. Man's got his own industry, your own studio as well, River Road Studios, so you're doing some great stuff. But together you're forming this unique new pairing. How did this collaboration come together? Because I believe PE, KZN, we're out in Cape Town, we're doing something special, but I'm here for it. Talk to me about this collab and how it all came together.
So, I mean, you're right. We are from two different, spots in South Africa. We both belong to the same agency, 33andMe Talent Agency, which is owned by LCB Lawrence. So she actually brought us together. We're both alumni of the agency. So that's actually how I met Tapelo at a boot camp training. And he reached out to me and he said, Gino, I want to make a song. So we started Zoom calls. We wrote the song over the internet. You were in Johannesburg. I was, I think, in PE at the time. Also, fun fact, the song's 2 years old.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So this is a really special moment for us,
Waiting at the gates for 2 years. How does that feel?
It's finally happening.
I want to go. Wow. So listen, man, there's an incredible component to what you do, right? Because I love collaboration. I love the fact that this is kind of representing South Africa to me in such a beautiful way. But you have a perspective that has an international eye, right? How would you describe sort of this change in South African music, the growth that we've had, and how it's establishing itself in the rest of the world? Because you are part of that right now. If you don't understand that, you are a part of that movement. From your perspective, though, how do you see it fare up against the rest of the world?
I think, even the way that we collab together, and Tapelo, I don't know if you want to speak to this as well, but the fact that we were able to, be creative from anywhere in the world, I think that just opens it up. And even for me, I've been collaborating with people in the US, in New York, and in LA as well. Spent some time there overseas, and I think South Africa is on that level. There's a lot of Afro-pop and Afro-tech that is kind of spurring the globe right now. You've got people in the UK playing Amapiano. Like, our sound as a nation is spreading really fast globally, and it is trending.
Yeah. Now, look, I can, I guess, consider you like the OG, obviously 10 plus years of experience. Tapelo, for you, this is potentially a little bit newer, right? You don't have 10 plus years, but you've got 10 plus years of what sounds like an incredible voice. How's it feel coming out here live in front of Mzansi, sharing your beautiful gift to the world?
I mean, all I can say is finally.
Yes!
When you've been trying to break into the industry for the longest time, but you not meeting the right people. So basically, meeting Gino Lee for me has been a godsend. And it has gotten me here. I mean, so for me, it's just, I'm grateful. I mean, there is like some nerves in there as well, because, it's different platforms that I'm not really used to, But if it's a matter of getting my sound out there or getting the message out there of what I sing about and all of that, then I'm definitely going to take it. But I'm super excited that it's finally happening. I mean, it's been 2 years, like Gino did mention.
2 years, this is your moment. You finally arrived, and we couldn't wait any longer. But we're going to do just a little bit more waiting, because we found out about this incredible duo. We've got official duties to commence. And then, of course, the entertainment will begin with these two superstars. We'll see you in just a bit.
Just before 7 o'clock, this is your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Let's take a look at the news. Starting nationally, South Africa's formal sector is shedding thousands of jobs. The quarterly employment survey released by Stats SA says 97,000 jobs were lost year on year in March this year. The decreases were largely seen in trade, business services, transport and construction. On a quarter-on-quarter basis, total employment decreased by 21,000 between December last year and March this year. Part-time employment increased by 42,000. The increase in part-time jobs was due to the resumption of the Presidential Youth Employment Initiative project and the recruitment of expanded public works program workers in Gauteng. Now, the Department of Home Affairs has announced that a large number of its offices will be doing business 2 hours longer a day with immediate effect. The extended hours will only apply temporarily to the 198 renovated offices where the new so-called smart IDs and passports can be processed. The list of offices is available on the department's website. These offices will henceforth be open from 8 in the morning to 6:30 in the evening. The decision follows the strong demand for smart IDs, presumably due to the school holidays. On to international news, the world lost an area of old-growth tropical rainforest the size of Switzerland last year as relentless deforestation continued despite pledges to end it. Despite a recent global pledge to reach zero deforestation by 2030, tropical forest loss last year exceeded 2021 levels, said a report by Global Forest Watch. Some 41,000 square kilometers of tropical rainforest was lost in 2022. Tropical forests destroyed last year released 2.7 billion tons of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere, equivalent to the fossil fuel emissions of India, the world's most populous nation. Incumbent Julius Maada Bio, who's 59, has been declared the winner of Sierra Leone's presidential election, but the opposition is disputing the count. Bio secured the victory with more than 56% of the votes to avoid a runoff against main rival Samura Kamara, 72. Bio was running for re-election after a first term marred by growing frustration over economic hardship, and Kamara, who suffered a narrow defeat in the 2018 election, garnered about 41% of the votes this time. International observers have highlighted problems with transparency in the tallying process. And to wrap things up with a very light and bright note, in fact, it's celebratory. Black Panther star Angela Bassett is set to receive an honorary Oscar 30 years after she was first nominated. Bassett was nominated for Best Actress for playing Tina Turner in 1993's What's Love Got to Do with It? And of course, but to the dismay of many thousands of moviegoers, she was overlooked. Then this year, she was up for Best Supporting Actress for a role in Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Again, she lost. Bassett's also known for appearances in films such as Boys in the Hood, Malcolm X, and Mission Impossible Fallout. Academy President Janet Yang said she had given transcendent performances that set new standards in acting. And of course, Angela is getting that Oscar. That's it for your news for now. Let's take a look at your sport. Here's Graham.
Thank you so much, Carl. Who's in, who's out? Let's start with rugby. Rassie Erasmus has now confirmed that the Springboks will be without Andre Pollard for the Rugby Championship, but Damian Willemse will be back in time for the opener against Australia. So Pollard is currently battling with a calf injury suffered while in action for his club, the Leicester Tigers, while Willemse was also a concern after picking up a knock to his knee in training. Now, the likelihood would be that Pollard's return to action would mirror that of injured Springbok captain Siya Kolisi, now well on his way. He's likely to be back just before the Rugby World Cup. Now, turning to cricket, the Proteas men's team will begin their World Cup campaign against a qualifying nation in Delhi on October the 8th. That was after the ICC released the fixture list for the tournament. So Temba Bavuma's Chargers will then resume their World Cup rivalry with our old foes Australia on October the 13th, before facing another qualifier on October the 16th. And then the Proteas will travel to Mumbai for two clashes, one against defending champions England, that's on the 21st, and then Bangladesh just 3 days later. They then head south to take on Pakistan on the 27th of October before facing New Zealand on the 1st of November. Then the much-anticipated humdinger against hosts India takes place 4 days later. Well, that last group match will be up against the giant slayers Afghanistan on the 10th of November. Tough group, but we are here for that. Now, again, who's in, who's out? Let's turn to football. Man City have now signed Croatian midfielder Mateo Kovacic from Chelsea for an initial 25 million euros. So the deal for the 29-year-old is also worth a possible 5 million euros in add-ons, and he's signed a 4-year contract. Kovacic is City's first signing of the summer. That was after they won the treble of Champions League, Premier League and FA Cup titles last season. So they've got quite a lot of expectation. His arrival follows the club announcing, obviously, Gundogan's free transfer to Barcelona. Well, City have now also had a 90 million euro bid for England midfielder Declan Rice, rejected by West Ham, so we'll watch that space. Now we turn to athletics, and these are the kind of signs we're looking for. South Africa's Akane Simbine won the men's 100-meter race at the Golden Spike meet in Ostrava, finishing ahead of Italy's European Games champion Samuel Ciccarelli and Canada's Olympic 200-meter champion Andre de Grasse. Now, Simbine was the only sprinter to go under the 10-second mark in the Czech stadium, crossing the line in a time of 9.98. Meanwhile, Armand Duplantis he's now set a new world lead in the men's pole vault, registering a new meeting record of 6.12 meters. Going to be tough to beat this year, but the athletes clearly hitting their straps at just the right time. That's where we leave our sport for now. Rhodes should be waking up. Let's get the latest from Raul.
Well, it's a different type of who's in, who's out when it comes to the roads this morning, and talking to you about traffic. Now, if you're in the Athlone, Cape Town area, there's congestion on the N2 inbound, and that's at Jakes Kerwel. So do expect delays here and plan your route accordingly. From Cape Town now, we head over to Joburg and Diepkloof to be specific. Now, there's a stationary vehicle on the N12 westbound, and this before Giluli's interchange. Now, there is one lane closed, so you can definitely expect delays in this area. From Johannesburg, we move over to KZN and Mount Edgecombe to be specific. Now, there is a stationary vehicle on the N2 southbound, and this after the ramp from Umhlanga. Now, the left lane has been closed, so if you're on the area, please do drive carefully. And speaking of Durban, we've got a video that's come through. There is flooding and surface water dangers, and this is from this morning after heavy rains yesterday and last night. So again, for anybody in the area, please approach all roads with caution, and anyone, again, on the roads to buckle up, stay safe and plan accordingly. Our thoughts definitely go out to all those that are currently affected by those floods in KZN and anybody else affected by the weather. And hey, speaking of weather, it's time to take a look at the weather right now. And here's Carl with the latest.
Thanks a lot, Raul. Just on the back of that video that you just saw, the eThekwini Metro has appointed an emergency team to coordinate cleanup work after strong winds and heavy rains in parts of Phoenix, Inanda, Ntuzuma and KwaMashu, as well as Folweni. The Metro says emergency and rescue teams will assess the extent of the damage and assist families. The SA Weather Service confirmed that a tornado hit Inanda yesterday afternoon, injuring 2 people and damaging numerous buildings. Meanwhile, the Metro says the Umhlanga Main Beach and Bronze Beach have been reopened after water quality had improved. The beaches were closed last week due to high levels of E. coli. This after the Portland sewage pumping station had broken down. Beaches open include Ushaka, Addington, Wedge, North Laguna and Umgababa. Let's take a look at your temperatures across South Africa, just to make sure you know exactly what to wear today. I guarantee you there's going to be an umbrella involved. Let's take a look. Polokwane starting with you, 8, rising to 19 today. Bombela looking quite clear, 23 degrees your maximum from a low of 11. Pretoria at 9 to 20 today. Johannesburg around 25% chance of rain, 6 to 17 for you. My King, here comes the rain. 0 is where you start. You rise to 20, a 72% chance of rain for you. Klerksdorp 2 to 19, also about a 65% chance of rain expected. Kimberley 5 to 17, a bit of rain a little later for you. Bloemfontein, you start 1, you rise to 16, and of course 86% chance of rain if it's not raining already. Richards Bay, you're looking clear today, 16 to 24. Pietermaritzburg also quite clear, partly cloudy, 10 to 22. And Durban, 17 rising to 22 degrees Celsius. Mthatha, you can expect 7 as you wake up this morning. Very chilly. You got some rain, but 16 is your maximum temperature. East London and Monty, 13 to 18 today, 84% chance of rain. Cradock, you've got 5 rising to 16, also some rain. Gqeberha, you've got 10 to 20, and George, 10 to 19. 43% chance of precipitation for your area. Cape Town, of course, 84% chance of rain, a bit of a drizzle in the air at the moment, 11 to 17. Worcester, 7 to 15, bring the umbrella. Sutherland, you need a raincoat, 2 rising to just 6 degrees Celsius, and then Uppington, 13 is your max from a low of 8. That's it for those temperatures, as well as the outlook on your weather. But let's take a look at the sunrise views, just to brighten things up just a touch. In fact, Emil in Buccleuch decided to do just that, heading to work, sharing this magical sky full of pretty colors. And look at those, they are gorgeous. Tanya McCrory out in KZN sharing this, a fabulous moment of the sky full of tangerine hues. Very, very beautiful. Gavin in Muizenberg, high up on the highway overlooking the town and ocean, capturing this memorable view. And then Kabelo sent in a nature-inspired photo from outside, and that is looking flawless, looking like you're on a holiday. Send your sunrise view to us, please. 063-408-8863. And that is it for your weather as well as sunrise views. In fact, talking about views, you're about to get a lovely view and a showing of some South African talent.
Oh, yes, it is time. We've spoken about the incredible journey that they've had to get to this stage right now, but now it's time for something special. We're talking about Thapelo and Gino Lee. They are doing an exclusive for us. It's called Caught Up, and the stage is yours, gents. Take it away.
Am I the one to blame?
I'm caught up, yeah, baby, I'm caught up. If you're feeling caught up this morning, I wanna hear you say yeah. And if you're feeling good this morning, I wanna hear you say yeah. Oh, give it up for Tapelo, everybody. I'm caught up on you.
Hold up. That's what's up. Yes, it's exclusive, boys. You did it. 2 years in the waiting, but you've delivered, you've served us, and it doesn't stop there, Mzansi. We've got more performances coming at you in just a bit. Tapelo and Gino Lee are serving. Wow, lovely, boys. Yes.
With Jacob's Barista Editions, every bean, every roast, every cup is in a class of its own. Jacob's Barista quality in whole beans and new aluminium capsules in 3 exciting flavors. Try now.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to another installment of the Culinary Hotline Bling! Ting, ting, ting! Thank you. So, like I said, it's school holidays, we're in the kitchen, and I honestly believe the best way to keep kids busy and fed is to bring them into the kitchen. So I've brought a young chef with me. Now, let's see. It's not your first time in the kitchen, am I right?
Most definitely not.
No, so can we give her a welcome back? Woo! They love you. They absolutely love you. So, we're cooking a soup today, and we're making a butternut soup. Is this your favorite?
Yes.
Okay, so butternut soup, super delicious, super comforting. Not a lot of ingredients, but you're gonna add your own little twist to it.
Mm-hmm.
Sure thing. Do you wanna be on the stove, or do you want me to manage the stove?
I would like to manage the stove.
Say less. She's got confidence. Okay, so talk to me about the soup, right? Where do we start?
First, we need to fry the onion and garlic. And add
Perfect.
seasoning.
Okay, do you want to go ahead and start doing that? I'll put the oil in the pot for you so long. Oil and garlic, I mean, that's a good recipe for anything. If you start with oil, you start with garlic, you know it's going to be good. Am I right?
Yep.
Talk to me about these school holidays. How have they been so far?
Relaxing.
Relaxing? Did you need to relax after, like, did you have exam season now?
Yes.
So you needed a bit of a break.
After all, it was my first ever exam.
Your first ever exam, how did you do? Did you get your report?
I did amazing.
Wow, another round. Oh, my goodness, my goodness. You cook, you study, you bring home the good marks, and you bring home the food. What else, what can't you do? Let's talk about your siblings. I know you've got 2 other siblings.
Yes,
And
my
you're the-
sisters, Chimangi and Ali.
Okay. You're the youngest, right? Let's talk about who's the better cook out of the 3 of you.
Well, don't tell them that I said this.
We won't tell them.
I am the best chef.
You're the best chef. Mom's in the back and mom's nodding. Yes, and saying we talk about mom.
Only.
Let's talk about mom. What's one thing that mom makes that's absolutely amazing?
She really likes to make, like, butter chicken.
Butter chicken. Everybody loves a butter. Oh my goodness, mom is in the house. Mom, come inside. Mom, can you just give us a little wave, and you can just tell me, is it true that Naletsi is the best cook out of all the kids?
Absolutely.
Wow, wow, thank you so much, Mom. Okay, let's talk about what's happening in the pot. So we did garlic, we did onions, we did our oil. Some spices went in. It smells like a garam masala that went in. What else have we put in the pot so far? Is that where we're at?
Lastly, we're going to be adding garlic salt, but just a little bit because you already added regular salt.
I do like that you're using garlic salt and the fact that you know that there's salt in there already, so you don't want to over-season. Garlic salt's a great way to get that instant garlic flavor. Let's talk about chili. I saw you had chili. Is this the chili you've added already?
Nope, we're going to add it later.
We're going to add it later. And are you a fan of heat, chili, spice?
A little bit.
So if I had to say, like, 10 is like crazy, crazy hot, and then 1's like a simmer, where are you on the scale of 1 to 10? Where are you when it comes to your heat tolerance?
6.
A 6. That's still pretty decent. That's pretty high. Okay, that's going to cook down. Let's talk veggies. We've got carrots, we've got butternut, and we've got potatoes. When do they join the mix?
Right after this becomes translucent.
So that's a step. Cook your onions until they become clear and translucent and soft, and then you go ahead and add. So let's pretend our onions are like translucent. Let's go. Carrots. Carrots are great because they add a little bit of sweetness to the soup. I mean, the butternut's already sweet, but that's quite... It also gives that a vibrant color. Yes. Butternut's in there. We love butternut flavor. And then potatoes. I'm going to drain your potatoes so long.
I actually added carrots because I really like the sweet flavor.
Okay, so again, so you like the sweetness of the carrots. Would you ever take a butternut out and just do a straight-up carrot soup?
Yes, I've done it before. It's amazing.
You have? And then do the potatoes still join the mix? Because they give it a bit of body and thickness, right?
Yes.
I love this. You could use water, but we are using...
Vegetable stock.
Tell the truth. Do you make your own or do you just buy the vegetable stock at all? The truth.
Buy vegetable stock.
You get such good quality vegetable stock, you don't really need to make it unless you have a lot of vegetables that you want to do something with, make a stock. But actually just buying it is perfect. I love that idea. And then I'm going to bring this a little closer. Here you go. Do you want to add that?
Yes.
So the job, once the stock goes in, we just cook it until everything is extremely soft, right?
Oh.
And is this a dish that you would make at home?
Yes, all the time.
All the time?
After all, this is my recipe.
It is your recipe, absolutely. So what are some of your plans for these holidays now?
Watch shows and recover the brain cells I lost.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay. And let's talk about when you are a grown-up chef, what would you like to become when you're older? Is it a chef?
Actually, no.
Can you tell me?
I'm going to be an actor.
And I think you do an amazing job. You could be both. You could be both, right?
Yes.
I think so. I think that's a good idea. Okay, that's gonna simmer. Let us start blending. You wanna blend up the soup?
Yes.
And again, I would normally be like, should I do it for you? But I got a feeling you're gonna say you got this. So if you can stand this side for me, we've got the soup, we've cooked down the butternut, we cooked down the carrots, the potatoes, everything's looking soft. I'm gonna come right over to you. I'm gonna pop it on the counter. It's Caesar stone, it's fine. We've got cream as well. Do you want to blend it with the cream or without?
Now that it has finished cooking, now we add the pepper and the cream.
Okay, cool. All of it? Because we know you can handle it. All of it goes in. And then all the cream?
Half of it.
Okay, cool. There we go. So do you like your butternut soup like super fine or a bit chunky?
I like it to be super thin.
Okay, cool.
However, you can make it...
Are you winning? Let me see. Let's check, make sure it's on. Zzz, pretend. No, we'll get this to work. We're gonna get this to work. We're gonna get this to work. It wasn't like that. There we go. And we should be good. Hey! Okay, there we go, there we go, there we go. I'll hold the plug for you.
Ooh. You can blend it until it's completely smooth, or you can go ahead and half blend it, or you can not blend it at all, whatever you like. This step is completely optional.
Absolutely. You're doing an amazing job. Let's do a half blend, just so I can dish up somewhat. You can blend up the rest in a little bit. The half blend looks fine. You can pop that down on the side. So we're doing a half chunky, half smooth, and later on we'll blend it up super, super fine. And we're serving it with some beautiful bread and basil. And if you want to get this beautiful recipe by Naletsi, check it out on expressoshow.com. But don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with some more Culinary time bling!
Do it like this. Do it like, get it, move it, own it. Do it like this.
Bespoke.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh, yes, Mzansi, welcome back. Your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and I'm sure you're already aware of the theme. Yes, we're talking about sleep. Win or snooze, being one of the most well-known icons on the planet, can be tiring work. Now, we are talking about some of the world's most successful sports stars, and they've shared how many hours they sleep, but can that be contributed to their success? Well, we have someone here to help us unpack this trendy topic. We've got resident psychologist Charles Davids, as well as another specialist when it comes to success. and sleep. Carl in the building.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Shaw, for joining us. I just want to paint the picture here, guys. I was looking through an article, and it's crazy to see how this correlates, right? So just going through some of the numbers. We've got Cristiano Ronaldo, who has about like 5 naps throughout the day, but his total hours in sleep is 7.5 hours, okay? So that's Cristiano Ronaldo at the top of the soccer game. We've got Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, who has 4 hours of sleep only, okay? So not so much an athlete, but definitely pushing the physical boundaries when it comes to everything he does. Serena Williams, one of the greatest tennis sensations in women's history. 7 hours is her sleep average per night. And then we've got Steph Curry, one of the greats, 9 hours. So the man's getting it in. The question is, Shaw, does sleep actually contribute to success? It seems like there might be a correlation here. Let's just cancel out Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, because he's a freak, nonetheless. He doesn't count, he's an anomaly. But it seems like for everybody else here, there is somewhat of a correlation, being like 7 hours minimum or more seems to be that sweet spot. What is your opinion on this?
Listen, well, I believe for any adult, it's between, you know, if you sleep for 7 hours, that's actually good. You will remember as we grow up, people say 8 hours sleep. But actually for teenagers, it's longer, up to 10 hours. But for adults, if you sleep anything between 6 and 8 hours should be perfectly fine. But when we sleep enough, it obviously promotes cognition and memory. It accelerates the learning process. And it reduces stress, so definitely. I mean, if you look at, you're speaking about Ronaldo, 7.5 hours. And that's basically, and during the day, because remember, it doesn't mean that I have to do it 7 hours at one time. But it's about the quality of sleep that I can do naps in between. Therefore, people speak about the power nap during the day.
Ah, the power nap. Carl, I'm going to maybe pose this question to you, and then maybe I can get Charles to maybe assist on whether this correlates or not. So, does the sleep that you get the night before affect you on the day? So let's just say you have a good day's worth of sleep. Does it allow you to do more in the day? Do you find yourself being able to be, or do you find yourself actually affected by your sleep quality when you are performing or executing? Right now even, on the show as an example, or how does that affect you?
The weirdest thing is, and I mean, I'm not even sure what the biochemistry is, that sometimes when I get less sleep, you're more obviously awake during this particular show. All right. But because I do 2 shows a day, the other one is a 4-hour show from 3 p.m., I need to make sure that I balance out. And as Shaw was saying, the power nap in the middle is quite important. And I mean, a power nap for me, and also doing some research on power naps, it's got to be 40 minutes for me. 40 minutes to 45 minutes. If I go any longer, I feel groggy. Anything less, I don't feel like I have actually had a good recharge. When I do a 40-minute nap during the day, honestly, I feel like the synapses are firing again, and I can do the next project. So sleep quality is actually very important. It's something that I've been focusing on, especially in 2023. I think I let my sleep go last year, but I think sleep quality is important, and that is creating good environments for sleep. So like some of the hacks about like 2 hours before bedtime, shut the TV off and the cell phone off, etc. You've got to actually just bring your body's nervous system down to a level where you can actually reach the REM sleep, reach those deep sleep as well. I mean, talking anything like lighting as well. You know, like I got down lights in the house. You have to try and put those off and do those standing lights too. You've got to have those warm lights that are very, very important.
This is crazy, and not to interrupt you, Carl, but I was literally reading something on the fittest man on earth, Matt Fraser. 5 times, I think, like, unbelievable. And he said the same thing. He tries to push for 10 hours. He gets woken up not by his alarm, but by natural light. He forces 2.5 hours before he goes to bed to not have any blue light, to not have his cell phone. So this makes sense. I want to know from the professional, though, is this the right thing? Is this correlating? And especially when it comes to something like a power nap. You mentioned, obviously, in that zone of 7 hours being good sleep in terms of the amount. We mentioned quality. But when you talk about power naps and sneaking those ones in, do you reckon that's also, is it assisting us? Is it helping with that mental mood as well?
No, absolutely. You see, the kind of thing is, so people working there, and you will see, I mean, and it's also what your personal kind of thing is, and I think people must figure that out for themselves as a time, your system, how it works and things. It's like for me, I hate doing things late afternoon. But early morning, you can give me anything, and it's about those kind of things where we feel the amount of energy that we need, and then it is about the sleep. But also, if I don't sleep the whole night and I wake up at 2 in the morning for sometimes for no apparent reason, it doesn't mean that I haven't slept enough. I will just get up and do some work because I've actually had enough quality sleep before that, and I can do the whole day that comes with it.
I like that. And also the reason why you're obviously on the show, because you just said you don't like doing things in the afternoon. That's why
The mornings are the
morning
better.
show. Well, Charles, thank you so much for giving us good insight when it comes to that mental preparation and what sleep does for us. And then, Carl, I think it's so fitting to have someone like you here to kind of give us insight into, clearly, you're pushing right throughout the day.
Yeah.
You've shown us the correlation between sleep. And I think if you look at Carl, you look at this insight that we have here, and obviously the article that we've just read through now, sleep is important, guys. This is your superfood. You need to feed yourself. Try push for 7 hours. Improve your quality of sleep. And I promise you, it could possibly be the best investment you make in yourself today. Go for it.
All right, so let me throw a big cat amongst the pigeons. There's a time to take a nap in the car, and there's definitely times not to. And I think being able to go on a wildlife safari, undoubtedly one of the biggest perks of living in this gorgeous country. And yes, maybe an opportunity to press pause from time to time, but our very own Kutle got a little more than she bargained for when she encountered a whole pride of lions up close and very personal. You will not believe just how close she got.
I am on cloud 9 because I get to go on safari. I'm staying at one of my favorite places, the Motongo Rhino and Lion Nature Reserve. I've got an exciting stay planned and I can't wait to share it with you. The Rhino and Lion Nature Reserve, it's so beautiful. It's only a few minutes outside of Johannesburg in the cradle of humankind. So you can imagine the history that it holds, and just being out in nature amongst the animals is an experience of a lifetime. My room is absolutely stunning. I honestly love the contrast between the rustic exterior with the modern interior, and knowing that I am on holiday with my own little private jacuzzi just tops it off. It feels like I'm away from home, but at the same time, I still feel like I'm in my own apartment. This is the place to be. Absolutely breathtaking. But for now, I just want to sit back and take in all of this beauty because I have got a date with nature early in the morning. I do not want to miss it. It's 5:45 a.m., still dark and oh so cold. But I don't mind being up this early because I'm going on a private sunrise game drive. I haven't even had my cup of coffee yet because I'm savoring that for when I'm out in nature and taking that first sip as the sun rises. Escaping the city and going on safari in the wild, especially to watch the sunrise, is absolutely magnificent. I was a bit worried that we weren't going to catch or see any animals, but let me tell you, we saw a pride of lions. In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lions are definitely awake this morning. The game drive has been so fulfilling because not everyone gets to experience a pride of lions up close and personal. I'm not gonna lie, I am intimidated and so scared. It's right behind me. The one revelation that came to me while we were on safari is, number one, how big lions actually are when you're up close and personal. And secondly, you know, we see them on TV as these vicious predators, but they're actually so calm, surprisingly. If you keep your distance and you respect their territory, they will allow you to pass through freely. Now this is the moment I've been waiting for. I don't know about you, but whenever I go somewhere so beautiful and scenic, I can't wait to sit back, relax, and enjoy my cup of coffee. And that's why I brought with me my flask with hot water and, of course, my Instant Jacobs 3-in-1 original coffee to soak in the sun and enjoy these beautiful views. Joseph, How long have you been a guide, and what's your favorite thing about your job?
I've been a guide for over 15 years. The best thing of my job is to get to see different people every day, and also very excited to teach people about nature and animals in general.
That was incredible. The sun may be up, but it's still a bit chilly, and I know just the thing to warm me up. Hot coffee, a hot jacuzzi, and nothing but the sounds of nature. I'm in heaven. I encourage you whenever you can to hit pause and treat yourself to a little getaway, even if it's a day trip. It's experiences like this that will definitely fill your cup.
Listen, having a full cup of my own does take a little bit of the sting out, but that is how you do it, sister. Absolutely exquisite. And I reckon that's the best part of the Jacobs 3-in-1 range. You can just pack your flask of hot water, make a fresh cup of coffee when and wherever you want to, even in the midst of a pride of lions. But we've got to show you this little behind-the-scenes snippet of when Kutle thought the cameras had stopped rolling. This is a gem. Take a look.
Simba is scaring me now. Okay, let's bounce, guys.
We're surrounding you for the hunt. We're surrounding you for the hunt now.
Oh, good. That camera
stolen shot.
Got you clocked.
Okay, we are reversing. Good shot.
Look behind you.
No, guys. Okay, I'm actually being so serious. I'm scared. Joseph, is there no other alternative route?
Is there no other alternative route that we can take? Kutle taking one for the team. We love you, girl. Thank you for stepping up, and that was amazing. I'm sure she is going to love reliving that memory herself. Oh, man, well, we hope that inspired you to hit pause. Book a little weekend getaway. Whether it has to be adrenaline-fueled like that or not, it's up to you, because I certainly know after seeing that, I'm going to do exactly the same thing. Awesome. Cheers to you, Kutle, and Simba.
Jacobs 3-in-1, the perfect combination of coffee, milk, and sugar. Jacobs, the magic aroma.
With lakeside views that rival most paintings, African Pride Irene Country Lodge Autograph Collection is a luxury upmarket hotel with spacious accommodations, dining, conference, function and wedding venues, and a spa. Winding down the oak-lined lane where cows graze in green pastures, you will arrive at a haven of peace and tranquility in the hub of South Africa's economic heartland. Book today on Marriott.com.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, you beauties. Let's get you to the Rugby World Cup. Now, while Culinary isn't out and about playing with lions, she is trying to get your ticket to the World Cup in France. And Total Energies have created the ultimate way to show some gees and hopefully book your ticket to France to see the ultimate rugby showpiece.
Good morning, team. Molweni nonke eMzansi. We are coming to you live from Total Energies in William Nicol, Johannesburg. Now, as you start your day, remember that the journey is as important as the destination, and Total Energies is in the business of making sure that you are rewarded, okay? Rewarded by getting the opportunity to win one of 5 double tickets to watch the Rugby World Cup in France, the South Africa versus Ireland game, and also to earn points every time you visit Total. It's honestly very simple. But okokuqala, Buti, hello. How are you? Njani? I don't fucking full tank, va? 100%. Now, it's honestly very simple to be a part of the action. You make sure to download the Total Energies Club app on your app store. I'm a few steps ahead, but don't you worry, because it's honestly so simple to be a part of the action. Download the Total Energies Club app on the App Store. You'll be prompted to sign up, putting in your personal details, name, surname, your ID number and cell phone number, and you will be asked to put in your one-time PIN on the app. It's honestly very simple, and by the time you are done, you reach this part of the app. As you can see for yourself, it's very convenient to use. There's a site locator, and here, current promotions. Rugby World Cup competition, win one of 5 double tickets to the 2023 Rugby World Cup. It's honestly very, very simple to be a part of the action. Let me get this right. You get the opportunity to now earn 15 cents per litre, okay, of fuel, get 2.5% back on shop spend, and also earn points when you top up with Total Energies. To be a part of all the action, you do want to take your chances on this one. It's quite cold here, that's why my eyes are tearing up, or perhaps it's all the excitement. And when you are done signing up, spend 700 rands at the forecourt for you to be automatically entered into the competition to win double tickets to watch the Rugby World Cup, South Africa versus Ireland in France. It's honestly that simple, but this is exclusive to Total Energies Club members. Ah, Buti, usafaka la ngoku? Exactly, that's what I want to hear. Simple as filling up your car, buying some items in store, and also using the car wash. So many services to be provided here at Total Energies. And once you're done, spend 700 rands in one time, you'll be automatically entered into the competition. Do not go anywhere, because when we are back, we're going to be servicing some customers and kind of chat to them to see how excited they are to be a part of all this action. And Gosima.
Thank you. Bonjour. If you're as excited about the Rugby World Cup in France as we are, then listen up. Total Energies has an amazing opportunity just for you. You can join the Total Energies Loyalty Club today. Spend 700 Rand or more, then you stand a chance to win double tickets to the highly anticipated South Africa versus Ireland game on the 23rd of September in France. So get down to your nearest Total Energies today to make sure that you do not miss out on the experience of a lifetime. That competition closes on the 15th of July, so get on it. All the T's and C's do apply.
Hey, Kukle, having so much fun out there, and it's not stopping. She's going to be heading off to William Nicol next and carrying on with this incredible adventure that she is on. And speaking of adventures, we're going to take you on an adventure right now into the land of stardom.
You know that South Africa has so many talents, all right? We have talented individuals like Tapelo, all right? Just as you can see, this is the long and short of it. Let me tell you about a man of many, many talents who can really just enthuse you, a performer, a full-time occupational therapist. How do you even do that? In fact, I need to ask, you're an occupational therapist.
Yes.
You just still have time to sing?
Yes.
Write songs?
Yes.
Like, just basically produce, and like, there's so many things that you do. How do you manage that? Do you sing to your occupational therapist clients?
Actually, I use music as a form of therapy. because, for example, with your dementia patients,
yes,
it helps sort of help them remember, because with music you get to attach a different type of emotions and memories to that as well.
Very
so we use
true.
that in therapy quite a lot. And also with your depressed patients and stressed patients as well. The journaling process of it, that's similar to writing music, because you're basically writing about your experiences. So it's not entirely separate. I get to actually exercise my passion in my line of work as well, which is totally amazing.
I think that is the key. Put a little bit of you into everything you do.
Exactly.
You know, you can't follow all of your passions, provided that you live them in different ways and you educate yourself in different ways. I love that.
Thank you.
Occupational therapy and music meeting so beautifully. That's a great thing.
Yeah.
And I mean, just for the future, I mean, with regard to OT is something that you're passionate about, and music, is it always going to live parallel? Are you always going to have these two things living alongside each other?
The one thing that I enjoy doing is having an impact in the community.
Oh,
you know?
yes.
So occupational therapy, or rather being a health professional, is something I'm going to be for the longest run.
Yes.
You know? So they will run parallel, but like I said, with passion and also your line of work, if you find a way to sort of merge it and actually get to do both of them at the same time, then use that, you know. And if it makes a difference in someone else's life, that's an added bonus, you know.
Yeah.
And I know we do music, we don't only do music for the financial gain of it, but we also do music to sort of help heal people, help people have something to relate to, and also just tell our story in general. Yeah.
I'd like you to tell a story right now. I want you to perform. In fact, you know, Tapelo's occupation is music therapy, if you think about it. There, those two disconnected like that. So, Invisible from Hunter Hayes. It's a cover. Tapelo enthusing you in your Feel Good Breakfast show. Enjoy.
Crowded hallways are the loneliest places for outcasts and rebels, or anyone who just dares to be different. You've been trying for so long to find out where your place is, but in their narrow mind, there's no room for anyone who dares to do something different. Oh, but listen for a minute. Trust the one who's been where you are, wishing all it was sticks and stones. Those words cut deep, but they don't mean you're all alone. And you're not invisible, hear me out. There's so much more to life than what you're feeling now. Someday you'll look back on all these days, and all this pain is gonna be invisible. These labels that they give you just 'cause they don't understand. If you look past this moment, you'll see you've got a friend waving a flag for who you are and all you gotta do. Yeah, so here's to you, and here's to anyone who's ever felt invisible. And you're not invisible, hear me out. There's so much more to life than what you're feeling now. Someday you'll look back on all these days, and all this pain is gonna be invisible.
Did I not say that his occupation is a therapy? I'm feeling it right now. It's a feel-good breakfast show. That is Tapelo. You can take a bow once again, and he's going to have some more performances for you a little bit later, provided that you stay there. It's S3.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
I'm going to start with this. Total Energies could be taking you to the World Cup and giving you a chance to enjoy an experience unlike any other. But you've got to earn the Total Energies Club. And yes, it is really easy. So we want to connect now with Kutli again as she connects with some customers to find out just how excited they are.
Every day is a good day to win, and Total Energies is giving their club members the opportunity to win one of 5 double tickets to watch the Rugby World Cup in France, okay? And also for you club members to earn points. I'm here inside the Total Energies, shop to kind of find some Total customers to hear if bona bayayazi about this promotion and how they feel about it. Oh, hello.
Njani?
I'm good, thank you. First of all, do you know that Total Energies is running a competition for their club members?
Oh, no, I didn't actually know that. That's exciting.
It truly is exciting now. You get to win one of 5 double tickets. Can you guess to watch what game?
Is it to watch the rugby?
Yes! How did you know? But also it's a special one. Do you know which teams?
I actually don't know the teams that are performing, but wait, it is the World Cup, right?
Yes.
Yes, okay,
Yes.
okay. So I'm guessing South Africa is going to be playing?
100%.
Okay.
South Africa versus Ireland. It's exciting. Do you know how simple it is to enter the competition?
Oh, no, I didn't know.
Okay. One last question. Do you know about the Total Energies Club app?
Yes, I do know that. I do know it.
Amazing. So you are a step ahead than everyone. So you simply just sign up over there and then you spend 700 rands at once here in the store and you can be automatically entered into the competition. How exciting is that?
That's so exciting. I'm definitely up for it. I'll definitely go check on my app.
Now, would you enter the competition? If so, why do you think this is the perfect competition to enter?
I think this is the perfect competition to enter because it also is an experience. I mean, getting to watch the rugby overseas.
Yes.
So I'm more than up for it.
I mean, you are here in the morning. Shame we hijacked her. She's on her way to work. But it is good news, right?
It is good news. It is good news. I'm definitely going to enter.
Thank you so much for joining us this morning. And also good luck, because I do trust that she will enter. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Now, honestly, everyone, it is that simple. Just simply download the Total Energies Club app on your app store, sign up and get your one-time PIN and enter the competition simply by spending 700 rands in store. It's very easy to get to the 700 rands mark. If you fuel up, use the car wash, or spend here in store buying some of your favorite items, honestly, you will be automatically entered into the competition. I think, Cadbury chocolate is absolutely one of my favorites. I just topped up as well, and I think I'm just going to stick around and use the car wash as well. Now, these points can be redeemed as cashback, which means you get more value for your money and you can save on future purchases. This is your opportunity to win one of 5 double tickets to watch the Rugby World Cup in France, the South Africa versus Ireland game. This is honestly the perfect way to start any morning, and I hope that if you are going to enter, I'm wishing you all the best of luck. But that's it from myself, coming to you live from Total Energies here in William Nicol, Johannesburg.
Bonjour. If you're as excited about the Rugby World Cup in France as we are, then listen up. Total Energies has an amazing opportunity just for you. You can join the Total Energies Loyalty Club today. Spend 700 Rand or more, then you stand a chance to win double tickets to the highly anticipated South Africa versus Ireland game on the 23rd of September in France. So get down to your nearest Total Energies today to make sure that you do not miss out on the experience of a lifetime. That competition closes on the 15th of July, so get on it. All the T's and C's do apply.
Whoever thought driving up to a forecourt could be a ticket to the Rugby World Cup? Well, it could be. Remember, get that app. 700 bucks is your spend, and you could be right there supporting the box overseas with Total Energies. So make sure you do that today. So fill up and maybe get yourself a trip overseas. As we get into news from around the world, here's Ryle.
Beautiful stuff indeed. Yes, it's just about to go on the hour, and it's one last time to dive into those headlines. And starting off with national news, 3 more suspects have been arrested in connection with the Thabo Bester escape case. Now, a total of 12 people have now been arrested since April, and the police say all 3 suspects are employees of G4S Security. Now, one of them was arrested at his home in Boichabelo and the other 2 in Bloemfontein. And they will appear in the Bloemfontein Magistrates Court today on charges of aiding and abetting an escape, desecration and corruption. Well, sticking to national news headlines, SA's formal sector is shedding thousands of jobs. Now, the quarterly employment survey released by Stats SA says 97,000 jobs were lost year on year in March this year. Now, the decreases were largely seen in trade, business services, transport and construction. And on a quarter-on-quarter basis, total employment decreased by 21,000 between December last year and March this year. But part-time employment increased by 42,000. And the increase in part-time jobs was due to the resumption of the Presidential Youth Employment Initiative project and the recruitment of expanded public works program workers in Gauteng. Well, from our national news headlines, let's head over to international news. And the failed weekend mutiny in Russia by the Wagner mercenary group is likely to have repercussions for Africa, where it has several thousand fighters based. Now, it's unclear whether Wagner's leader, Yevgeny Prigozhin, is relocated by Belarus, if he will still run his private army from there to allow it to honor his security contracts in countries such as the Central African Republic and Mali. Now, on Monday, Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov assured the KAR and Mali of the status quo in terms of their crucial security arrangements. Well, carrying on with international news headlines, the world lost an area of old-growth tropical rainforest the size of Switzerland. And this took place last year as relentless deforestation continued, despite pledges to end it. Now, despite a recent global pledge to reach zero deforestation by 2030, tropical forest loss last year exceeded 2021 levels. Now, this has been said by a report by Global Forest Watch. Now, some 41,000 square kilometers of tropical rainforest was lost in 2022. And tropical forests destroyed last year released 2.7 billion tons of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere, which is equivalent to the fossil fuel emissions of India, which is the world's most populous nation. Now, lastly, in our news headlines, Swiss tennis maestro Roger Federer is back at Wimbledon. Now, this time with the Princess of Wales, and it's for a look at the work of the ball boys and girls, who are a key part of the world-famous tournament starting in London on Monday. Now, they attended a training session of the young hopefuls aiming to be chosen. And Kate is patron of the All England Lawn Tennis Club, which hosts the Grand Slam event. Now, before watching the training session, Kate played in a doubles rally with Federer, 20-time men's single Grand Slam winner, and won it with a ball on the backline. Very nicely done. Well, we anticipate all that action. Let's dive into the sport right now, one last time with the G-Man.
Love that story. Perfect prelude to our sporting lineup. Let's jump right in with rugby. And Rassie Erasmus has now confirmed the writing has been on the wall, yes, but the Springboks will be without Andre Pollard for the Rugby Championship. But Damian Willemse will be back in time for the opener against Australia, thankfully. So Pollard is currently battling that calf injury suffered while in action for his club, the Leicester Tigers. While Willemse was also a concern after picking up a knock to his knee in training. Now, the likelihood would be that Pollard's return to action would mirror that of our Springbok captain Siya Kolisi, now well on his way, and they're likely to only be back just before the Rugby World Cup, thankfully. Now we turn to another global showpiece, cricket. The Proteas men's team will begin their World Cup campaign against a qualifying nation in Delhi on October the 8th. That's after the ICC released their fixture list for the tournament. Themba Bavuma's Chargers will resume their World Cup rivalry with our old foes Australia on October the 13th before facing another qualifier on the 16th. And then the Proteas will travel to Mumbai for two clashes, one against the defending champions England, that's on the 21st of October, and then Bangladesh this 3 days later. And then they head south to take on Pakistan on the 27th, and then they face New Zealand on November the 1st. And then, of course, the big one, the much anticipated humdinger against hosts India takes place just 4 days later. And that last group match will be up against giant slayers Afghanistan on November the 10th. Now, lots happening in the transfer window as we turn to football, and Man City have signed Croatian midfielder Mateo Kovacic from Chelsea for an initial 25 million euros. So the deal for the 29-year-old is also worth a possible 5 million euros in add-ons, and he signed a 4-year contract. Kovacic is City's first signing of the summer window. That was after they won the treble of Champions League, Premier League and FA Cup titles. It's quite an expectation for next season. His arrival obviously follows the announcement of Gundogan's free transfer to Barcelona. Well, City have also had a 90 million euro bid for English midfielder Declan Rice rejected at this stage by West Ham, so we'll certainly watch that space. Now, speaking of which, the space is heating up as we turn to athletics. South Africa's Akani Simbine won the men's 100-meter race at the Golden Spike meet in Ostrava, finishing ahead of Italy's European Games champion Samuel Ceccarelli and Canada's Olympic 200-meter champion Andre de Grasse. Now, Simbine was the only sprinter to go under the 10-second mark in the Czech stadium, dipping across the line in a time of 9.98 seconds. And meanwhile, Armand Duplantis set a new world lead at this stage in the men's pole vault, registering a new meeting record of 6.12 meters. It's going to be tough to beat. Clearly, the athletes hitting the straps at the right time, and that's where we leave our sport for this Wednesday morning. Let's get one last look at the roads and the weather.
If you are still heading out to work today, let me tell you what's ahead of you. Let's start in Cape Town, Milnerton. There is a stationary vehicle on the N1 inbound of the Sable Road. One lane is obstructed. Please approach that area with caution. And then in KZN, we were sent a video. And this particular video is some footage from one of our viewers at the tornado in the Bambai informal settlement in Phoenix just yesterday. Now, just looking at that, imagine waking up to that. It must have been unnerving. Of course, mop-up operations are on the go as we speak. And of course, if you have been affected, we just want to send all of our strength to you and wish you safety. I know it can be really, really scary, so hopefully you have taken stock of the happenings and that you remain as safe as possible as we get into some other weather for you on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Now, the SA Weather Service has warned of severe thunderstorms, disruptive rain and wind, as well as hail and even snow in some parts of the country today and tomorrow. A cut-off low with a passage of cold front is expected to affect the Eastern Cape. The public and small stock farmers are advised that cold, windy and wet conditions are expected, with possible snowfalls on mountain tops today into tomorrow. A yellow level 4 warning for damaging waves and winds has been issued for the area between Plettenberg Bay and Port Edward. A yellow level 4 warning for severe thunderstorms with strong damaging winds over the central parts of the Free State and southern part of Northwest Province has also been issued. Severe thunderstorms producing heavy downpours, excessive lightning, as well as large amounts of small hail are expected over the western parts of the Northern Cape as well. So do protect yourself accordingly in those areas. Let's take a look at the temperatures throughout South Africa today. Starting off, as always, with Polokwane. Good morning to you. 8 to 19 are your temperatures. Bombela, 11 to 23. Pretoria, you can expect 9 as you wake up this morning, 20 this afternoon. Johannesburg, a nice chilly 6 for you this morning, 17 a little bit later. Let's go over to Mahikeng. Rain expected for you, 0 to 20 the temperatures. Klerksdorp, 2 to 19. Kimberley, 5 to 17 with some rain. Bloemfontein, rain for you as well, 1 rising to 16 degrees Celsius. Richards Bay, nice and sunny, 16 to 24. Pietermaritzburg, also nice and clear, 10 to 22, partly cloudy for you. Durban, 17 rising to 22. And Mthatha, you've got 7 on the cards to 16. Some rain expected for you. Now, Emonti, East London, let's go to you and find out how you're going to wake up this morning with 13 degrees Celsius. 18 degrees Celsius is your maximum with 84% chance of rain. Craddock, 5 to 16 and 83% chance of rain for you. Gqeberha, you've got 10 to 20. And George, 10 to 19 is on the cards. Cape Town, the mother city, some rain expected if it's not raining already, 11 to 17. Worcester, 7 to 15. Sutherland, very chilly day. 2 is your minimum, your max just 6 degrees Celsius. Uppington, you wake up to 8 degrees Celsius, your max out at 13 degrees Celsius. Those are the temperatures. Just to give you an idea of what to wear as I show you some beautiful views to get you in the mood for a very prosperous and positive day. In fact, Tacy started off in Hout Bay, out on the water, feeling so blessed with these views. I love that. Out on the water. Come on. Invite us next time. Natasha from KZN walked around feeling so excited about the beautiful day ahead and just decided to snap this view and show us this is the excitement, a vision of it, in fact. Razia and GQ capturing this one, a fully pink sky, a little blue tint as well, looking something out of a painting that I've seen somewhere. And then Vaneshri in Port Shepstone also showing off stunning pinks. This is outstanding. Could be a canvas of an art piece of some sort, something that I want to put in my lounge, something that we should put up on the Expresso studio wall. I don't know. We might print that. So you've just given us rights to it. Thank you. Anyway, 063-408-8863. Send through your sunrise views. We'd love to see how you wake up in the morning with the positivity in your pictures as we continue the positivity on your show.
The positivity, we're talking about all things sleep this morning, and a superstar is standing by. Yes, someone that we found in the kitchen that has been doing incredible things when it comes to soup. Yes, Laleti is here in the kitchen, and Chef Clever there is serving up another round of the Culinary Hotline. Blink! Ting, ting, ting! We'll see you there.
We have exciting news for all you young chefs. Yes, you guessed it. The Excella Young Chef competition is back. If you are a qualified chef with at least 3 years of experience, are under the age of 35 and have a confident TV personality, then enter to stand a chance to compete for a 20,000 Rand cash prize and that coveted title of Excella Young Chef for 2023. Just follow the Excella Young Chef competition link on the Afternoon Express's Facebook, Twitter or Instagram pages or on our website. Upload a video of yourself sharing your name, a short intro about who you are, where and when you qualified, and describe your signature Excella dish using Excella rice, Excella sunflower oil or Excella mayonnaise. And also, tell us why your dish is made excellent with Excella.
Entries close at midday on the 21st of July, 2023.
T's and C's apply and can be found on afternoonexpress.co.za. Excella, a taste of pure excellence.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to another installment of the Culinary Hotline Bling! Ding, ding, ding!
A lot of excitement in the kitchen right now because we have a bit of a challenge. Kids are always saying what they want on their lunch, how they want to have it done. So we've got our young master chef in the kitchen today.
Thank you.
Who's going to be...
Sorry, you. That's
who's going to be taking on the man himself who invented the toasted cheese sandwich. He did, actually. Mr. Carl Wasty in the kitchen. We're going to have a one-on-one toasted sandwich challenge.
All right.
The rules are no biting, no scratching, no pulling hair, okay? Other than that, you can do whatever you want. I've got some sandwich machines for you. I've got some jaffle irons for you. I've got a selection of cheeses, tomatoes, onion, red pesto, mayonnaise, butter, if you want to baste it. Got some pesto. I got some beef, and I've got some salami. Not salami, that's servalat. Okay. You can do it. You can use as much as you want or as little as you want.
Great.
And the time limit is, you know, there's no time limit today. You're just going to do your thing. And your time starts 30 seconds ago. Go.
Well, let's have some fun. Okay, so bread is there. You know, have you seen these from Woolies? They're already pre-cut and everything. I'm trying to distract you. Don't listen to me. They're really great. You should try them. Honestly, they are so easy and convenient. You should use them.
Because it fits inside a lunchbox.
Can I have some bread? Can I just have some of the...
Go for it. Okay.
You are so kind.
So we're going we've got bread going down on both sections.
That's correct.
Will we see a combination of breads being used? I don't know. Okay, Carl's going in for the beef. He's going for another combination of bread.
Another combination of bread, yeah. Sorry,
we got Nana's buttering the bread. A lot of butter. She knows the trick. A lot of butter. Carl, are you winning there? Yeah. Are you winning? Okay. I see pesto being used. Pesto going down. Okay. So we're going a bit Mediterranean here, some herbal flavors. Carl's got the beef going.
Yeah, I just want to get this into nice little slices.
Strips, people.
It's easy to eat.
It's easy to eat.
Can I have some butter?
Yeah. Let's talk about your strategy. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking load it up.
Load
it up. Yes.
Okay. Never done before.
Carl,
this way, yeah.
What's your strategy?
My strategy today is to have as much fun as possible. I'm with a super chef here, and I want to make sure that I honor the competition. I'm going to do both a sandwich and a jaffle.
Okay.
Yes, and then I'm going to put them on top of each other and then bite them.
Okay, I like that. While you're busy, I'm going to ask you questions.
Okay.
Trying to distract you. Okay, so what's something you never want to see in your lunchbox? Like, what's the worst lunch that could ever be packed for you?
If somebody decided to put Russians in my sandwich, I would disown them.
Russians. Carl, worst lunchbox you've ever had in your life?
Worst lunchbox. I actually appreciate all food. I'm sorry, like I don't... It's a trick question, but I don't say no to food.
Can we get a...
I don't say no. I like it. Even if the small, like the boiled eggs that your mom used to cook for you, I love that. I don't care what it smelled like. It was about food.
What's about food?
The food.
Yes.
You appreciate the food.
Yes.
You know, animals passed away so you can eat.
This is getting deep. Let's bring it back over here. Bring it back over here. Okay, so we're going for a combination of cheese. I see we've gone for some cheddar, we've gone for some Gouda, we've gone for some mozzarella. Carl's also gone with a selection of cheeses. I'm seeing a selection of meats. If there's one thing the man's not liking in the sandwiches, it's meats.
Yeah, I've got
okay.
the meat's going. Okay. That's it.
Okay, I'm gonna give you about 3 minutes to go. So we're gonna get it into that snackage machine as soon as you can. A generous portion of red pesto going down. Yes. Wow, wow. Okay, this is really good.
And then I'm gonna do the tomato for my... So this is my jaffle that's gonna happen.
This is the
here.
okay.
Remember the trick about the jaffle is when you're piling your bread, pile everything to the center for good reason. That's a little hack for you.
There we go, there we go. Mayonnaise going down. Okay, so you should be getting your sandwiches closed as soon as you can.
Okay.
We've got 3 minutes left, We need to reveal something.
We will.
Okay. Lots of mayo. Look at that mayo. Look at that amount.
No, that's for my jaffle mayo, so it's gonna all leak out and that sort of thing. I love that.
Okay.
It's so cool. Let's do it. Ooh.
Does your jaffle not have a... Look at that, that was pretty amazing.
There you go.
This one too, there we go.
There we go. This is my jaffle there.
Pas op, is warm.
This is for my sandwich.
Okay. Nana's got hers in. Which one is for the jaffle? Let me do that.
This one's jaffle.
This one. Okay. Nana's got hers in.
Waffle iron. That's what I'm using. Look at that game changer.
And you were right. You were right. That mayonnaise is doing a thing. There we go. The bread's already been portioned nicely.
That's it. And you love these little bits. Don't waste them.
For snacks, for snacks, for snacks. Are you good? Are you excited? How are you feeling? You feeling confident about your sandwich?
Have a snack.
Yes.
There we go, having snacks. Okay, can we get a reveal of what's happening inside your snackage in the meantime? Just to see what's happening?
A snack.
The tasting is happening. Things are toasting. And that green is coming through. That looks beautiful. Carl's. Let's have a look at Carl's. Ah. Yes, waffle size. Okay, things are happening.
Bro.
Okay.
Come on.
There we go, there we go. So, Carl, I'm gonna ask you, can you help Nana, can you get her sandwich out of the press? It's fine, we can imagine it's golden brown and delicious.
Okay, cool.
We're gonna have to do reveal soon. Carl.
Oh, so we're almost there.
Don't burn yourself.
What are you doing?
Nothing.
Did you not spray the outside?
I did.
What are you doing? Did you not spray the outside? What was that?
This is real life, people. Okay, so we did.
Why would you not spray the outside? Yo, that's sabotage. What are you doing? Okay, yo, what a rookie. Really? I thought you like the chef extraordinaire and I have to do this. Why would you not?
We'll come back to this a little later.
Oh, sabotage. Sabotage, bro.
How's something so burnt on the outside?
Oh, no. Yo, okay.
Look. You kind of just, it's about the experience.
You cannot save this.
We will save this.
What a rookie move.
You can,
Why would you?
You eat this out of the, hey. Look, I'm telling you, South Africa, I sprayed and cooked.
You didn't spray this. You embarrassed us. Why would you?
This one is fine, South Africa.
Okay,
we have two sandwiches to judge.
That's
two sandwiches. Okay, so Carl. Okay, let's have a reveal. Okay, so Carl, don't look at this. Don't look at this.
Yes.
Talk to me about your waffle sandwich.
A waffle sandwich. What I want to do is I want to give you cheese. I wanted to give you mayo. I wanted to give you like meat. And then I want to give you a little bit of that pesto that I so liberally placed in there so that you have a beautiful experience. I want to give you a decorative design with regard to the waffles so that you don't waffle around messing up jaffles.
I love it. I love it. Okay. Now talk to me about your sandwich. The green has come through so beautifully. It's almost like a Dr. Seuss sandwich. I love it. I love it. Talk to me what's happening inside the sandwich.
So here we have an herby explosion with pesto. And then we come in with the 3 cheeses and chicken, meat, protein, keep it healthy. And then it is sliced into 2 pieces because everyone likes 2 pieces. It's creative.
It's creative.
It's simple.
I love
classic, but fresh.
There we go, but fresh.
Yes.
Okay, I got a challenge for you. You said you want to be an actress, right? So in your saddest tone of voice, in the saddest facial expressions, describe what happened to Carl's sandwich. Go.
Okay. You cooked the sandwich.
No, it's not cooking. It's burning.
It was a real one.
It was a real one.
It was our baby.
I'm honestly.
It died on that flame.
You died on the flame. Okay, now we're gonna hear from the audience. Let's hear it, Carl.
Really?
I'm sorry, Carl.
This is. Do you know what sabotage is?
Okay, we'll save that. Let's hear it for Let's hear it for Carl's waffle sandwich.
She was a real one.
This is a real one. Let's hear it for Nana's amazing sandwich. We have a winner, clearly, but we didn't get your prize. So Carl and I are gonna look what's happening underneath this cupboard. Okay, so we've got some limes for you. We've got some hand sanitizer, some limes, and we've got this paddle.
I have a serving board.
There we go. And we got this paddle.
Yeah, beautiful.
You have been an amazing chef today. Thank you so much for joining us, Carl. Always amazing having you in the kitchen. We will be back next week with more Culinary Hotline Bling. Sing, sing, sing!
And it won't be a Jaffel version.
No boxes needed for that segment at all. Absolutely amazing. All right, let's bring some sense to this craziness. Time to talk about money.
Oh, bring it on.
Oh, man, and we've all got a very complex personal relationship with our money. But when it comes to public perception, how do we want the people closest to us to see us with our money? This is a weird one, and it's interesting, and it's hit me harder than I thought it would. It's time to find out in another round of Would You Rather?
Dum, dum, dum.
Thank
What's
you.
the scenario, bro?
All right, so here is the scenario. Within our friendship circle and our family groups, we all know someone who is really good or really awful with their money. But when it comes to how we are perceived, okay, this is what people think about you and how that sits with you. Would you rather be known as a super spender or a super strict penny pincher?
Oh, this is interesting. Yeah, this is tough.
Look, not like you have a choice because you are who you are, so you can either lie to everybody, but your friends and family know you, dude.
That's such a tricky question because so here's the reason, right? So I'd like to be seen as like a spender because, like, you know, you're loving life, you're enjoying life. Like, I think that's a good picture.
Because that depicts that you're getting it right.
Yeah.
You're dominating.
But honestly, I'd rather people see me as like a penny pincher so they don't bother me and ask me for money. You know what I'm thinking? Like, maybe then they won't be like, no, don't go to him, he's a penny pincher. Oh, no, we really got to convince him. Maybe if you come in low, he might accept it. You know, maybe there's some benefits to that. I don't know.
Because the one kind of speaks to ego. If I'm big spending, I can big spend. If I'm a penny pincher, maybe I'm a bit more responsible with my money. This is where the emotional side of it all comes into play. So I have a feeling we need to ask the real experts and ask you guys what your thoughts were. So we've got Senzo weighing in saying, good morning, Expresso. I'm a super strict penny pincher to a point. I use my phone calculator when doing grocery shopping. Been there. I want to know where each and every cent went. I've been broke and I don't like the feeling, so I'm savvy with my money. Okay. I get a feeling that Senzo doesn't care what anyone else thinks about that.
Yeah, like, this is how I am, and it is what it is.
And I perceive myself to be this way. I absolutely love it.
I'm here for us. It keeps coming on, and we've got our top fan, Gary Ocamp, in the building. When I say I'm broke and you see me living my best life, don't be confused. I'm broke for you, not for me. So I'm a big spender for myself and a penny pincher for you.
Gary, come on.
Nailed it. I love that.
Slay, slay, slay.
Oh, what a comment.
I had a feeling Gary would be like that, though. And then Bakey saying, I am A, but I so wish to be B. Take your money seriously. And that was probably the most honest answer.
Yeah,
I
a lot of people can resonate with that one, yeah?
I'd like to say I'm a bit of both, but I am quite a big spender. I like to reward myself for being generous to my own detriment.
All right. This is G, this is me, but what about you? How are you being perceived by others is one thing, but how we manage our money is entirely up to us. Yes, that's on you. Right. So here's the thing. I'm going to encourage you to rethink about your relationships with money, and if there is room for improvement, then make the change and make all the changes that you can. Now, one account that will allow you to do that and be a big spender, but also save you some cash at the same time, yes, please, that's obviously Nedbank's My Goals account. Now, it offers incredible discounts on everything from groceries, petrol, banking fees, even movie tickets. I mean, come on, what are you waiting for?
50% off, Ryle.
Yes, please, bring it on. Go check it out. It's My Goals account at nedbank.co.za and enjoy being a spender or a penny pincher. You decide.
Check this. This My Goals Plus account gives you cash back on groceries and 25 cents back per litre at BP. At Lit.
Lit in 2023.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, you beauties. I don't want you to lose any sleep, okay? But yes, I know people are losing sleep, and we want to help you out there. We've been doing a deep dive into sleep this morning, and we've loved it. Something we can't seem to get enough of during this week or our lives for the last decade. Sleep disorders are conditions that affect the quality, duration and timing of sleep that you're able to get at night, just to know the parameters.
Yeah, so you know, while you're sleeping, you're actually unconscious, but your brain and body functions, they are actually still active. And they're doing a number of important jobs that help you stay healthy and functional, and you know, you function at your best when you get a good night's rest. So when you don't get enough quality sleep, it does mean that you're more susceptible to feeling tired and groggy and not being efficient throughout your entire day. And this is why we brought in somebody who knows all about these disorders, an ENT specialist, Dr. Shabir Ibrahim, just to give you a little rundown of what you should know, and of course what you should think about when you are looking to get more quality in your sleep. So, doctor, a pleasure. Lovely to have you.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me here.
You look so well rested.
Yeah, you do look like you slept a nice.
I do believe tonight I may not rest well after witnessing your jaffle makings.
That wasn't my jaffle. I'm sitting with Chef Clem. Sorry, I'm going to call him Clem now because the chef.
Clementine.
Yeah. So, no, but thank you. I hope the jaffle offers some good sleep for you as well.
It's a difficult place to know where to begin.
Yeah.
Because it's such a broad spectrum. It feels so individual for each person's journey. It could be mental, it could be physical, it could be something really small that needs to be adjusted, like a deviated septum or something along those lines. But maybe we should start with some classifications. So when you look into sleeping disorders in your space, how do you classify those?
Okay, so classification, there are a number of sleeping disorders that are pathological. You know, often the common one we encounter is insomnia, difficulty in initiating, maintaining sleep associated with daytime tiredness as well. The one that I'm very interested in is sleep apnea, specifically obstructive sleep apnea, characterized by loud snoring with associated stopping or gasping of air during the sleep. Could be central as well. Then you get other less common things like the restless leg syndrome, you know, parasomnias, sleepwalking disorders, etc. So it's a very complex subject and a science in itself as well.
I can imagine so many different jumping off points.
Yeah, there are. But if I think about sleep disturbance versus sleep disorders, I mean, how do you differentiate? Some of us just get disturbed every now and then. Could be your neighborhood, your kids, dogs, partners.
Yeah.
So how do we differentiate between a disorder where it becomes debilitating and something that just you need to tweak lifestyle-wise?
Great question. So the first thing is that we look at the frequency. How often is it happening?
Okay.
Then we look at the duration of it. Is it happening, you know, how long is it? And then importantly, how is it affecting your functioning in the day? And everyone can have a sleep disturbance for some reason or the other. Either you're under stress, work-related problems which hours which you can relate to, you know, meals at night or medication. So all these things can cause a sleep disturbance. But when it's becoming longer, and I generally ask people about, you know, 3 weeks or more, is it affecting the quality and the functioning, your day-to-day functioning, then I think you should actually seek help.
Get help. Why are you not? Because there are people who are spending their lives studying to find the causality and obviously find a solution there. Can you look at the difference between, say, for instance, insomnia, which seems, I would struggle to know where to begin with something like that, and sleep apnea, which feels like a physical adjustment?
Okay. So sleep apnea basically, you know, is what we're interested in. Is usually what's very important for me is to bring in the partner. Because if you're snoring, you're generally oblivious to the problems, but your partner would witness that, you know, there's loud snoring associated with, hey, this guy is stopping breathing. I got to give him a hit in his ribs too, and then he starts again, he gasps, etc. So that's pathological. Basically, it can have lots of effects on your health. It can place strain on your heart. It can cause neurological problems
Puts you in
as
that
well.
fight or flight. When you're choking, your body is adrenaline is being pumped into your body, or whatever is happening in that moment while you're asleep. That's intense.
Absolutely. And I'd just like to touch on things too. We're talking about sleep disorders, but you can get sleep disorders in children as well. Very often, people think of kids snoring, and I always tell people snoring in kids is never normal.
Yeah.
It's always abnormal, and you should have that checked out as well. So we've often concentrate on adults, but you can get sleep disorders in kids as well.
Kids. And they're also kids, which means they just wake up and disturb our sleep, which is what they're about.
Well, thank you. I mean, it's been an awakening to learn a bit more about, sleep disorders. But I think what you've given us is the notes of just monitor your sleep. Keep a little sleep diary, perhaps know yourself. And if there is a problem that's got frequency, come to see somebody like you. If it's an apnea-related thing, or maybe even psychological assistance could actually help in this regard. Thank you so much for the help.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Sorry, go home and make yourself a jaffle. You've earned it this morning.
Thank you very much.
I can do you one better than a jaffle. Let's bring on some rusks. Oh yes, our favorite. It's something that's become a tradition, I think, especially when it's talking about the South African home. So let me do something special for the boys. We've been working hard this morning, and let me layer them up with some of their favorites. I know there's only 3 of us, but I'm gonna keep them coming. We're gonna go for extras. All right, we've got enough here. Let me put some smiles on their faces.
I'm already smiling. I'm already smiling, my friend. South Africa is a lekker place. We know this. We are a country filled with lekker people, lekker food, lekker traditions.
Lekker jaffles.
Oh, lekkerish jaffles.
And lekker rusks. Let's not forget.
Oh, thank you. Yes. There we go.
So we started the most amazing conversation earlier this week. We asked you guys to share your favorite South African tradition. And obviously, we received some amazing answers that we'd like to share.
Have indeed. So let us check it out. Starting us off, we've got Nolene Osborne coming through as a top fan saying, family gatherings and storytelling over a potjie fire. Oh, that's the best dipping time to share coffee and Omar rusks. Of course, using the hashtag more than... I mean, honestly, that is the memory for me. I mean, potjie... A moment like this, can it get better?
Because a potjie is lekker because it's slow. It's a slow burner. So you're in it for the long haul.
Yeah.
You are settling in. You are settling in. I love that.
Look, it doesn't stop there. We've got so much more coming through. Cassandra's up next. What does she have to say?
All right. Yeah, my favorite South African tradition is definitely pickled fish. Woo! And hot cross buns during Easter time and the amazing Kaapse klopse. It just fills me with so much pride. Hashtag more than a rusk.
You're not alone. This whole town runs on that energy. That was my biggest induction coming into Cape Town, was the pickled fish and hot cross buns.
Oh,
and
man.
It took me a while. But when you understand, I get it. I get this community, a singular community in this part of the world. We love it. Rose weighed in saying, Thanksgiving. It is just having the whole family gathering, and dining is wonderful and precious moments of sharing our time and love for each other. See, it's the food, man. It's like our show. The food ties us, bonds us, weaves us together.
Sometimes the food actually bonds.
Jaffle.
This is why I trust rusks. They are like foolproof. That's why.
Oh,
the best.
Apart from all the chaos we're having, I think this is literally one of those moments that for me is going to stand out. It's the people. It's the good stuff. It's the dipping time. And of course, it's sharing with you, Mzansi. And we all know that dipping in Omar rusk is one of South Africa's most loved and cherished traditions. So we are giving you a chance to win some. Oh yes, now, how you do it? You got to do the following. Tell us what your most favorite South African tradition is and why. Now you can enter on the Expresso Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram pages. But don't forget, you got to use the hashtag more than a rusk. And as simple as that, one lucky person is going to stand the chance to win an Omar rusk hamper plus 2,000 Rand in cash. That's it. Your T's and C's can be found at expressoshow.com. And for extra luck, get your
An extra dunk.
before you-
Good luck.
Yeah, deep dive.
That's it.
Caramels.
There we go. Oh, this is a lot better than the jaffle.
There is more in every dip with Omar rusks.
A world full of intense aromas and velvety smooth crema, protected by a premium aluminium capsule. Magical Jacob's Aroma.
Now you can generously give a voice to Storytime. Visit our library of homegrown audio stories at cadbury.co.za.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, you beauties. Yes, we have been focused on sleep, the darker sides, the lighter sides, and hopefully you've picked up some gems. This is where it becomes a little bit funny and quite weird. People sleepwalk for a number of reasons. It runs in the family, lack of sleep, extreme fatigue. Everyone's experiences with sleepwalking seem to differ, and it does make for some very interesting stories. So we asked our viewers to share their sleepwalking stories, and here's what they had to say. And Dr. Shabir Ibrahim, our ENT, our resident ENT, we're going to call you now, is here to maybe underpin some sides to the craziness that goes on. But we have seen some amazing stories, and I can just imagine what it must feel like waking up in these situations. So let's get our first confession in here. And this one is hilarious. So confession one says, I've woken up in some weird places. When I was little, I woke up underneath my mom's bed. She spent the whole morning looking for me and almost called the police. Freaky. It seems that sleepwalking is more prevalent in kids. Is that the case? And why do children sleepwalk? I've found my son, like, standing over me, clearly not awake. Ooh, freaky.
Yeah, I think sleepwalking falls in the parasomnias, which generally falls under the psychiatry or psychologist field. But I can add a few things there. Firstly, when you're not involved in it, it does seem funny. Yeah. But when you actually involved in it, or it's your kids, etc., it's terrifying. So the first thing with sleepwalking is actually, if they encountered this, to create a safe environment. To create a safe environment, put away sharp objects, see that they can't leave the house, etc. And then, basically, it comes a lot, the treatment into the psychology of things. Again, the things that we talked about is creating a sleep routine, monitoring medication, decreasing stress, psychological evaluation.
There is a reason why these things happen. I get that. Let's give you another confession here. So my son sleepwalks from a very young age. Once when he was 4, he climbed onto our bed in the middle of the night and sat on my face. I thought I was under attack.
Oh my gosh.
How would you respond in such a moment?
In that moment, I'd freak out, obviously. I'd call my ENT. Like, I have a blockage. No.
My other septum's gone. It's gone.
No, these stories, I mean, I remember I was in this, I think it was a Standard 5 camp. I said Standard 5, now you know my age.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? I think it was in Bainskloof, and I remember we had one of the kids who was a sleepwalker, and everybody was in their bunk beds, etc., and we're like, where's this person? He had walked out and slept on the outside stoop in the cold. And it's like Bainskloof, cold, sort of winter type of stuff.
You're reminding me of boarding school. I remember all sorts of crazy things.
They are crazy things. But you're right. It's always the younger people. I think maybe their minds, the synapses are more active and they're able to do those motor skills while not being actually like proper.
We're just so tired by the time we go to sleep, our bodies can't get up and move.
Yeah, you get a lot of things that fall in the younger age groups as well, like night tremors, etc., which is common. Some strategies, as we said, it's a lot to do with psychological and cognitive therapy. And also, what's interesting is that they also introduce what's called regular awakenings. So basically, you wake up a person at certain times to break that cycle. Yes.
Okay, I love that. I'm just going to quickly throw in this last one because this sounds like a split personality. I'm pretty sure that sleeping me is hiding things from me. I've been waking up to find things that have been missing for ages on my desk, or find empty spaces where things have clearly been taken out. Weird. I love that. Hopefully I'm going to mess with myself like that when I'm a little bit older or something. I dig that. But I know I'm making light of something that can potentially be quite alarming, certainly for parents or for young people, anyone waking up in that space. So just follow what the doc has said. Make sure you've created a safe space, and then get help if it becomes a regular problem, because there is a reason why.
Absolutely love the conversation. Thank you for those confessions. And we're going to confess to having some fun right now. And we're going to get you geared up and get you ready for an adventure of a lifetime. Now, it's the opportunity for you to buy any Clover product And you could be saying bon voyage as you start an exciting journey. Plus, on top of this, 5 lucky viewers and their partners are going to set sail on a luxurious cruise from the enchanting port of Marseille to the paradise of Ibiza. Yes, so with that out the way, let's have some fun. Let's do a game inspired by Spain, and it's one by the name of I Spy. Yes, I Spy with my little eye.
I know that.
But it brings the inner detective out in all of us. So with the game, we need some gents, and we've got 2 of them right here.
Thank you.
But boys, this is going to be a little bit different. This is the Spanish version, all right?
Ah, sí, señor.
The Spanish version of I Spy is called a Vio Vio. Vio Vio. Vio Vio. Yep, that's the one. And how it works is exactly we're going to have a spy master who secretly selects an object anywhere in the studio, and then they're going to give us a clue, and then the other contestant has to guess what that object is, right? But we're going to stick to the Spanish theme. So if the answer is correct, then we're going to say, sí, señor.
Okay.
And if it is not correct, then we say, no, señor.
No, señor.
Okay.
Okay.
Who's our spy master for the day?
Okay, so one of us is going to
One of you's got to find the object, and one is going to figure out what it is.
I'll be the spy master.
Spy Master G, all right. So, senor, you must guess if it's correct or
I
not.
will try my best, but I listen to your clues.
All right, so G.
It's okay.
Vio Vio with my little eye.
Okay, so now do I have to give a clue or does Carl ask a question?
You got to say the whole Vio Vio with my little eye.
Okay, Vio Vio with my little eye. I see something beginning with the letter G.
Ooh.
G.
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 Lo siento. I'm going to say green couch.
No, señor.
Okay. I'm going to say green pepper.
I'm going to say no. Señor.
I'm going to say a gate. We have a gate at the door of the studio.
Okay, there's 2 words involved here.
Yeah.
The first starts with a G. The second starts with an M. You guys are going to kick you're going to kick yourself, buddy. You're going to kick yourself.
I'm going to say green.
No, senor.
No, senor. It's okay.
Hang on, what is the answer,
It's
bro?
the golden monkey.
Oh, the golden monkey. Wherever the golden monkey is. Oh, there it is.
What?
Nice spot, cameraman. Clearly, Carl, you were not up to the test.
We haven't used that monkey? That could have died. What do you mean?
The golden monkey
Believe it or
never
not, the monkey's
dies.
just on the boss been sick.
Oh,
Vio, senor, would you like to be the spy master?
I would like to be.
Okay, you ready? Okay.
Veo with my eye. Something beginning with L.
Wait,
L.
L.
Is it a Lucian?
No, this, no, not illusion, no.
Is it a leg?
Yeah, it's gotta be a leg.
I know
There's so many legs.
These cameramen have nice legs, okay? Wish you could see our view, but no, not leg.
Can't be a jaffle because we didn't make that.
No.
It doesn't start with
That was
L.
lame. That's a different
Lame,
L.
okay. Oh, man, I don't know. Is it a light?
I need more.
Ting stand.
I know, no, I need more. That is, light is correct,
A
but
light
too.
bulb.
That is correct. Look at the light bulb there. Look at it, so beautiful.
Oh, man.
And we got like the biggest light bulb on
That's
the planet
why.
there as well.
Well
Come
played.
on, well done.
Well, you know what? I actually forgot how fun this game actually can be, man. I remember playing this in the car, road trips all the way. But there can be only one winner. Senor Guerrero! Fierce accent definitely goes to Carlitos, though. Your Spanish was impeccable today, my friend.
Do you want to give it a go?
Yeah, me, yeah.
Okay. Am I going to give you something to think about?
Yes.
No.
Okay. So
Vio, with my eye.
where's he looking?
Where am I looking? Okay. Starts with a P.
A Peter.
I know Peter.
It's a Peter.
Close.
Peter, man.
No, not the cameraman, Pete. No.
We have a Pete.
Something that I enjoy.
Okay.
Something that we are used to.
Pilates.
Did you say Pilates?
I said Pilates.
How about a piano?
Is Pilates like Pilates? Pilates?
No, Pilates. But he's a piano?
Piano?
No,
No,
No, senor.
Something that he enjoys, protein.
Oh, close, but no, senor.
Okay.
Potatoes. Potatoes.
It's the thing I love to surround myself
Plants,
in.
people! Damn it.
I know
And you do love plants more than people, eh?
You love all sorts of plants. He loves
all of the plants
Oh,
that we can get.
Yeah.
And that's how much fun we can have. You guys can try this game at home too. Let us know what you thought. Let us know if this gave you the Spanish feels that we are here to serve you. And if our Spanish game of Vio Vio may be over, but the fun and adventure is just about to start right now. Why? Because for you, Mzansi, you can buy a Clover. Buy any Clover product and keep your still slip handy, right? So a Clover product is what you want to get. You want to dial the number *120 *560# and follow the prompts. It's as simple as that. Now keep watching Expresso Daily to find out more. Your T's and C's can be found at clover.co.za, and of course get that Clover product in hand and get winning.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Yes, Mzansi, welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. What an incredible show it's been already. And let's keep that theme going right now.
We have to. Now, here's the thing about restaurants, they don't always have exactly what you are looking for, and sometimes the staff are very, very honest enough to say it. And let's have a quick look at today's lach of the day.
Bring it on.
What would you like for today? What would you like for today?
For the whole day?
Yeah.
I'd like some peace and quiet.
No, we don't tell that. We have butter.
Absolutely nailed it. We don't sell that. But what we do sell out here is absolute entertainment. I hope you enjoyed the lach of the day, and we're going to sell you that right now. Enjoy.
That is my daughter right there, man. Now you understand my state of being. So Gino and Tapelo are going to be launching new music really soon, which we are so excited about. Any idea of a date when we can expect this to drop?
So Tapelo's going to be releasing a new single of his, also produced by me, in, I would say, probably 2 to 3 months. And then I've also got something in the pipeline as well up my sleeve.
Brilliant.
I've been producing more, but I am going to be releasing a new single pretty soon.
And we are here for that. You guys have been amazing this morning. We're going to close out with one more banger. This one's going to hit you right in the feels. It's Gino Lee with Back to Me. Take it away, lad. Come on.
I didn't want to make you leave, didn't want to make you leave. I didn't want to make you leave, So baby, come back to me. Oh, I didn't wanna make you leave. Didn't wanna make you leave. Oh, so baby, come back to me. Baby, come back to me. Baby, come, baby, come. Yeah. Baby, come back to me. Baby, come back to me. When I think about the future, my head's up in the clouds. Baby, I can't wait till we get back to solid ground. I gotta find a way to fool you, 'cause I just wanna bring you down. I'm stuck on the elevation. Give me a conversation. I'm in the middle and I'm trying to find a safe way out. I didn't wanna make you leave. Didn't wanna make you leave. I didn't wanna make you leave. So baby, come back to me. I didn't wanna make you leave. Didn't wanna make you leave. So baby, come back to me. 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 We keep making up excuses, 'cause no one's got it figured out. Can we just go back now to the way things started out? Take a look into my madness. It doesn't even make a sound. Hey, 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 here we go. Hey. We're stuck on the elevation. Give me a conversation. I'm in the middle and I'm trying to find a safe way out. I didn't wanna make you leave. 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 So baby, come back to me. Baby, come back to me. Didn't wanna make you leave. Didn't wanna make you leave. Didn't wanna make you leave. So baby, come back to me. So baby, come back to me. Baby, come back to me. I said, baby, come back to me. I said, baby, come back to me.
Another feel-good production.